If you're ready for Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk, give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah. I can't
Yeah,
scream.
nobody can barely saw it. With that WrestleMania, baby. Yo, what's good? What's up? What's happening? It's me, Brian B. We back at it, y'all, with another edition of that show you know very well, because we've been on a lot recently because we've had WrestleMania, we've had a lot going on. But in case you don't know, this is what we do it. That's right. This is Straight Through the Rope Wrestle Talk. We talk that wrestling, and there's been a lot of wrestling going on. Yo, listen, we ain't had a shortage recently because we've had a lot of stuff going on these last couple months. I had to count it out. It was like 8 months, since like SummerSlam season and stuff like that. Now we rolling back into SummerSlam season. It's been almost a year since the Triple H stuff happened and everything. But definitely a lot of stories, and we're going to definitely get into it. As you can see, I got a little panel with me today, and we're actually going to have maybe a couple other people joining us in a little while, which is going to be pretty cool. But we lost one person, but he'll be back in a second. Let me go ahead and do some taking care of business real quick. Check out the sponsors, guys. People, check it out. The Beeline Entertainment LLC is proudly sponsored by Dubby. That's right, get more Dubby. That genderless energy drink mix that's going to power you through your gaming, content creation, whatever you're doing, is there for you. Enter that promo code BrianB and get 10% off your order today. Get more Dubby, get more power.
Attention to the East Coast film industry community.
Brand new events coming to the Bedford Film Festival. For information on sponsorship, location, and much more, visit bedfordfilmfest.com. People, check out my girls Lady Faye and Mello Supremo over on the Allegedly Credible podcast. That's right, it's an amazing show. They got a lot of personality, two friends talking it up. You know what it's about. Check it out today. That's right. Yo, listen, we got Allegedly Credible podcast. Definitely big shout out to them. They're coming out with their 4th season tomorrow night. They're really cool, man. They have really good conversations. I mean, especially like about family and relationships. They're talking about like social media and its effects on people. Got some videos floating around, but I'm gonna be pressing their stuff. Really glad to be working with them this month. It's been a lot of fun. So definitely go check them out. Subscribe to them on YouTube and everything like that. Make sure you also like, share, and subscribe to the Beeline. Bring the popcorn. And Ray, you got your podcast you just started too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Are you liking it? Having fun so far?
Yeah, I haven't been able to record because, can't talk. So there's that.
Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, Raven got a little bit of WrestleMania fever over there. She was yelling at her TV. I can see Raven too standing on the couch. You one of them people standing on the couch with the pillow and everything, just jacking it up while you're mad.
Yeah. Yep. I went outside, threw my Sprite. There was a lot going on.
Rage quitting over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it definitely was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun this weekend. Jay, thank you so much for joining me this week. This weekend we were watching WrestleMania, man, both nights. It was a lot of fun. We're going to talk about it. We're going to definitely detail, the situation that happened in WrestleMania. How's everybody doing? Everybody good?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just glad I didn't waste my time on Monday.
He's jumping into it.
My time was wasted, but it's whatever.
I'm sorry.
We're going to talk about it, man. We're definitely going to talk about it. There's a lot going on with WWE and guys, I do call this Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk. There are going to be times we talk about AEW, maybe sooner than later now. But I love WWE, man. I love WWE. It's one of my favorites. What I've been watching forever. I've always been a fan of all the WWE characters and stuff like that, and a lot of WWE characters are also on AEW in different places as well. But I don't watch AEW as much, man. I haven't watched it as much, but like I said, it might change. A lot going on. But yo, listen, hey, I got a shout out over here on Instagram. Yo, Brian B. It's JC from MMR. Really enjoyed your episode. Thank you so much, brother. The MMR. If you can just give me your podcast. Oh, I think we got Dre and we got Derek. Oh, we got a full house tonight. Listen, I was waiting for some people to come on, and we got a full house on here. So let me get these guys in here before we really start. Dre's got the link, and we got my boy welcoming back all the way from LA. He was out there working at WrestleMania, interviewing the celebrity, interviewing the wrestlers. Yo, Derek, he was on Family Feud, Wheel of Fortune with the wrestlers, with Sonya Deville. Yo, Derek T. Lewis, what up, D?
What's up, guys?
What's
How you doing? How you doing?
Man,
Great.
you've been living the celebrity. You've been living the celebrity status, brother. How's it been, yo?
Woo! Just adjusted back to East Coast time, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, but no, I mean, I got there last Wednesday, and I was working from the moment that I landed in LA, just covering some events. I covered the Be a Star rally at the Boys and Girls Club, and I had a chance to I had to interview Titus O'Neil. He was awesome.
Yeah.
The Thursday and Friday were the press junkets, so like a lot of so it was like I think Thursday was, I want to say, SmackDown. Yeah, Thursday was SmackDown. Friday was Raw. So
Gotcha.
I interviewed all together. It was around 12 interviews that I had. You guys can go to my my YouTube channel to see them individually, or my this week's podcast for my show is basically all of the interviews that I did, all just on my one episode. So I just basically just brought them all together.
That's awesome. That's really awesome, bro.
I cover SmackDown, and I had a chance to cover WrestleMania in a press box both nights. So it was pretty cool experience. It was really. I met a lot of people. I networked. I met, again, the amount of people that I met, and the people that I'm talking about influential people. You know what I mean? That some of the movers and shakers in the creative space and everything. You know, just really just kind of see who you are and how you move, and it was dope, man. Like,
Congrats, bro. Congrats to you, for sure.
Yeah, that Friday morning, I had to chop it up with Steve Carino. He knows my boss Danny Cage at the Monster Factory. So me and Steve Carino, once I introduced him, hey, I'm Derek T. Lewis from the Monster Factory. It was all love from there. He was like, "Oh man," and because the Monster Factory TV series is out on Apple TV now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on Apple TV Plus. So basically, me and him got to talk wrestling. We got to talk psychology. We got to talk, just talk the business. You know what I mean? And it was really, really cool. It was really unique, and it was a nice, the fact that, like, again, I showed my face. He knows who I am now. So who knows where that could lead.
That's what matters. That's what matters.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but overall, the experience was great. I just didn't like night 2, the ending of night 2.
Oh, listen, we're gonna talk about it. Listen, we're definitely gonna talk about all of it.
Here's the thing: I have to host a podcast for a music promotion company at 9:10, so I have to exit. But I'll be back. So I will be back. I just have to just set up stuff, and I'll join you guys. I just wanted to check in, but I'll definitely give you guys a call back.
D, I really appreciate it, bro, and thank you so much. Yo, congratulations on that success right there, bro. I mean, that had to be amazing. I would have loved to sit there and jump up in WrestleMania, like you. And I saw your pictures and stuff. You had so many. I mean, you literally touched base with a lot of people. My baby Bailey, I'm like, oh, this guy over here, I'm taking pictures with Bailey. He is shouting me out over there. But D, congratulations, brother, man. Do your thing. Come back on. We should still be on. We got a lot to talk about. All right, brother, man. Take it easy, bro. Dre on Wheels is with us now. Yo, we got a full house today. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. What up, Dre?
What's good? What's good? How you guys doing? What's going on?
Glad to have you, brother. We definitely want all full house for this discussion right here. All right, guys. So we had a nice introduction. We played the sponsors. We did all the work. Now let's get to it. So let's start with night 1, yo. So let me do this. Let's go around the room real quick without doing any description. We're gonna hit like each match a little bit. What's everybody's general consensus of what they thought WrestleMania? How they feel it was? How successful was it? Let's start with Raven. How you feel, Ray?
It kind of overexceeded my expectations a little bit. Like entrance wise. Well, like night 1, like Mania is known for crazy entrances, like SummerSlam. There wasn't really no big entrances on night one. I said they saved all their pyro for night two, and I was right. But it was night one was a little slow. Night two it started off strong. Um, Towards the end, like I said, I'm not too happy about it, but it's whatever.
Oh yeah, got you. Hey Jay, how you feel, man?
Night one was fun for me. Night two had its moments. Still mad that Shotzi didn't bring her tank out.
Yeah, that made no sense.
Also, night two, some of those matches showed me, WrestleMania don't have to be 2 nights.
No.
I'm saying that too. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely was saying that. From my understanding, as of right now, they are going back to making it just one night next year. So that's good. Dre, how you feel about WrestleMania as a whole, bro?
As a whole, man, I thought night one stood out to be a better night. I agree. I agree with Raiden. Some of the entrances were okay. I thought Ray entrance was pretty cool. Dominic was pretty definitely interesting, but overall, night one was definitely the night. Night two was just questionable. I said it on the episode earlier, both episodes. And even we talked about it too, Brian B. For the last couple of months or so, and we watched something on WWE TV that we have been accustomed to under Triple H's, run of being, creative and stuff. And the moment we don't see, or the moment we do see something that is like, that don't look like Triple H something, we sort of, the traditional blame goes right to Vince McMahon. But to come to find out, he got more hand in it now than he did. But night two was just but night one was definitely better. I do like the fact that they are definitely going back to just one WrestleMania.
For sure. Me too. I agree with both of you guys. I fully think that it was a little, I don't know. I kind of think it was a little, it was okay at parts. It was cool at others. I think that this WrestleMania kind of had a lot of like hiccups. And we're starting to understand why after. I do want to kind of run through the recap of WrestleMania because I do want to talk about a lot of other stuff that's happened and stuff that's been going on.
Can I tell you the weirdest part of Mania was not seeing Undertaker at all.
Bro, crazy, right? Yeah, you're right.
It was like I was sitting there like night one. I'm like what's missing? Like it felt weird. Like I didn't notice it until it was over. I was like, I'm not seeing Undertaker. Like even last year, just because he got inducted, we seen him.
Yeah.
But he didn't even show up anywhere.
Not
I was
once.
like, if I didn't see that video of him and Snoop Dogg's trailer, I wouldn't have seen Undertaker.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you want to know what else is crazy about this Mania? Another reason why I'm kind of like whatever with it. Yeah, there was no kind of surprises. There was no kind of really anything, man.
I was waiting for Randy, but whatever.
Yeah,
it was his birthday. I expected so much out of that one.
I'm trying to tell you, there was so much that I think a lot of people expected, just like Royal Rumble. A lot of people expected a lot. And then you kind of get let down because you're expecting this stuff. And I don't even know where it starts, where it's like whether it's just rumor mills or whatever, but it's just like you're expecting this stuff to happen and then it doesn't happen. So now you're let down, even if it wasn't like promised to you. Like we're hearing if something happened. Oh, yeah, Undertaker's going to be there. And then he doesn't come. And you're like, well, who the hell said Undertaker's going to be here? So it's like there's more talk. But let's go ahead and start off with night one. Night one, we definitely had the opening match was Austin Theory versus John Cena. I know in our predictions, a lot of people were heavy saying that they thought Austin was going to win. I think was there anybody that said John Cena? I think we got everybody who did the predictions here. Anybody that said John Cena was going to win? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, what y'all think about that match?
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I thought it was good. I thought the match could have went on a little longer. The match sort of said something to me that John is just he's kind of like phasing out of the whole wrestling stage.
That's what I read.
Because the last SmackDown of 2022, he teamed with Kevin Owens to take on Roman and Sammy, and he only did like 3 moves, and that's not unusual for John Cena. But at WrestleMania, he didn't do much. He did take some bumps though, but it just seemed like it was sort of a passing of the torch. And the low blow, and me and Brian talked about it. I feel like the low blow could have been after the match, more like Shawn and Jericho WrestleMania 19, where Austin Theory just straight up won the match clean. But the whole take down the ref and low blow, get the win, Austin Theory. So I
Very
predicted he was going to
repetitive.
win. So yeah.
It was a good match. I think the only thing that irritated me was the fact that Austin kept biting John.
Yeah,
That was to
was
me,
weird.
that was the only entertaining part.
It
I was like, at
was
least it's
random.
different.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
it was
was the
random
most
too, 'cause he never
random
did it.
thing
Never did
I
that.
ever seen in my life. I was like, is he
Yeah.
fighting him? It
Yeah,
was crazy.
That
thing
showed a
about
side of aggression to me. And I think that if with that, to have him do the corny, oops, I hit the ref and then a low blow, John. Yeah, I got you. And then not even like a kick out or anything kind of aggressive.
Mhm.
He just pinned him. Just pinned. Just
My-
Yeah,
crap.
and it wasn't. They don't utilize Austin Theory the way I feel like he can be utilized, and I've been saying it. A lot of people aren't big Austin Theory fans. I love Austin Theory. He has a lot of potential,
Yeah, they're not
and the
building anybody.
WWE is not utilizing him correctly at
They're not
all.
building anybody, man. That's one of the problems that we're having, and we're talking about these people. What you was gonna say, Jay?
My thing about the match is, I was like, you know what? This could be a good opening match. Boy, was I wrong.
man.
I was like, Hollywood told John, you can go in that ring, but you better not take no bumps
That's right.
whatsoever. Cause I thought I was gonna at least get an AA. I didn't get that. I got the STF. I mean, I was like, well, if you would at least given Austin Theory at least one AA, had him kick out, I'd be like, oh, have him come off as
Show some
strong.
strength. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. It's
And
weird.
then have him, and then you can have him beat John clean like that. That finish, we're gonna talk about later. I was like, this looks really familiar.
Yeah, bro.
Looks
I
a
was saying the
whole
same
lot.
thing. I'm not gonna lie.
And I think
Same thing.
like noticing that was probably John Cena's last time, and he didn't even successfully like do any signature besides the STF. The attitude adjustment wasn't there. Five
Weird.
knuckle shuffle. That was probably our last time seeing that, and
I,
it was like y'all didn't make it
I think
worth
that
it.
John Cena is definitely going to have a retirement match. I don't think he's going to be one of the ones that just kind of rides off the sunset. He can. I think at this point, honestly, I think that his time, and I'm not trying to, judge anybody's career or anything like that, but I'm just saying, I think if they came up with a stipulation for WrestleMania or whatever, it's got to be at Mania. Hey, John, like, who do you want to take you out? And then it needs to happen. And I think, of course, he should lose it. But at this point, I really don't know. I don't really know who would be like even a contender. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys and everything you said. I really didn't enjoy the match. I was really wanting some more of it. It was very rushed. It was very quick. Whether they ran out of time, whatever the hell the reason is. It's Mania. Fuck, you ran out of time. It's already 2 nights. How much more time you need tomorrow too? So I don't know. It was just kind of lackluster. But moving on, so we're gonna get that. Let's go ahead and I'd say let's do a 4 out of 5. Let's do it a 4-star rating. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. Let's see. General consensus. I'm gonna give it a 2 star. How about you, Dre?
You what? We going 1 out of 5 star?
1 out of 4.
1 out of 4? I give it about a 2.
4 is great. 3 is it was decent. 2 is wish it was better, and 1 is it was horrible.
This is for the Cena match.
It was
Cena and Theory.
a 2.5.
2.5.
2.5. Okay, 2.5. I give it about a 2.
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't there either.
Got it. What about you, Jay? What you got?
Oh, y'all gonna hate me.
Zero.
So I'm granted on the curtain that this is WrestleMania, and on top of that, this is possibly one of John Cena's last few matches at WrestleMania. For me, this is a 0.5. I legit I could have took a bathroom break for this match because I was like, there was no really good story to be told during the match, and it just seemed like John Cena he was being as safe as he could just because knowing him he has a lot of things going on in Hollywood, and it just from the multiple John Cena matches I've watched WrestleMania, this is at the very, very bottom of my list.
Hey, man, I respect it. All right, so we got that match. Moving forward, we got the next match was the tag team showcase match. That was Braun Strowman, Ricochet. You had Alpha Academy. You had Street Profits, and you had, who was the fourth team?
The Viking Raiders.
The
Viking Raiders. There you go. Yeah. Damn, it sucks that I didn't remember that. But yeah, I'm just start off. I thought this match exceeded my expectations. I'll be honest with you. It was really good, and I got to say, because of Chad Gable, man. Chad Gable hitting that rolling suplex on Braun Strowman. Listen, that shit right there. And I mean, other parts were really good too. Yo, you know who looked strong as hell on that? Angelo Dawkins. Yo, did you see the way he
tackled
Braun?
They made Braun look like a little girl on that shit, yo. Like he was like little fairy. Like
it was crazy.
Rocked his ass, man. It was crazy. What y'all think
of that?
It
was surprising for him to get it surprised me when he got the pin too, because I didn't expect Angelo to get the pin at all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it was a pretty good match.
Me personally, I was rooting for Alpha Academy. I was hoping maybe something different from the Street Profits. I know they had won the showcase match, and then they wound up taking on the tag team champions on Monday Night Raw, which they I believe lost, right? So that that a little bit didn't make too much sense for them to lose right away. But
listen, we're gonna talk about Raw. Trust me.
I want something different from the Street Profits, but they won. It was a dope match, like how you guys said. Everybody looked great. Ricochet from the shooting star press. I felt like he was about to fall in my lap. Braun Strowman, all of it was great. All of it was dope.
Yeah, it was really good. How about you, Jay? You like that match?
Oh man, out of night one, that's probably my favorite match because for one, y'all know I love my indie darlings, and to see Big Damo, aka Killian Dane, whatever he's called now, and then seeing Ricochet, that picture perfect shooting star press that on the WrestleMania stage, that was great. Seeing Angelo Dawkins, basically.
Hold on. You said Killian Dane.
I mean, my bad.
I was about to say he ain't Killian Dane.
No, but seeing Angelo Dawkins basically level Braun Strowman.
He leveled his ass like he was little. I was shocked to see that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then like Street Profit getting the win, that was I was okay with it. And then seeing like a picture perfect tower doing spot, like, oh, that was pretty really fun.
Good. Ricochet and then, hitting the crossbody on it as well. Yeah, that was really good.
And like you said, what's his name? Chad Gable, that bridging rolling German suplex like that was really nice. And it makes you wonder, all them years ago, instead of Jason Jordan being Kurt Angle's son, why wasn't Chad Gable the one to be Kurt Angle's illegitimate son?
I'm trying to tell you, it's the height. It's the height. You already know it's the height. That's the only thing holding it back. It's unfortunate, but it's true. What do you think, Ray?
I wanted the Street Profits to win anyway. Like I said, I didn't expect Angelo to get the pin. It was a good match. I thought it was gonna be just like a filler. Like I was just gonna sit there on my phone and wait for the match to be over. But I actually got like into the match after a while. It was a really good match.
That's how I felt. I thought it was gonna be a whatever match. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 3 stars. What you got on it, Ray?
And I'll give it 3.
3. What you got, Jay?
I'm gonna give it 3.
3. And Dre, what you got, bro?
I got a 3. I got a 3.
3. I think a 3 is deserving. I think definitely because part of it is highly because, like Ray just said, I thought it was going to be like whatever. I was like, why is it even on? What's it called? I thought that it was on SmackDown, but I didn't realize it was just one person from each team on SmackDown. But I thought it was phenomenal. That was really good. So after that, we had what was the next match after on night 1? You had the tag match. It was a women's match, wasn't it?
No, the women's. Wait, the Lita one.
Was it the damage control match after that? I can't remember.
I don't remember nothing from night 1.
Yeah, night 1. Let's just go ahead and jump to the damage control match. You had damage control versus Lita, Trish, and Becky Lynch. Now, I'm just gonna start it off and just say, listen, I think me and Jay was watching it. I think I got up to make some food or something like that. I was like, okay. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't interested at all in this match, yo. I wasn't interested at all in this match. How'd you guys feel?
Um, yeah, I expected more. I don't like the way they're doing Bailey right now,
Me
so
neither.
it kind of did irritate me. I
Apparently,
expected a
neither does
lot more out
Bailey.
of that match. For you to have two legends in that match, I wanted more,
Mm-hmm.
but that's whatever.
It was a filler,
I
man.
knew the outcome. It was predictable.
I actually thought Damage Control was going to go over. I thought Damage Control
Really,
should have went over. Yeah, I
they
didn't
should
think
have.
I didn't think Becky and them were going to win that. I didn't think they even needed to win that. That's
No,
another thing that was kind of frustrating. How you feel, Dre?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I didn't think that Bailey, Lita, and Trish should have went over right there. I feel like Damage Control really needed that. Also, Bailey needed that too. But
Yeah,
yeah, they came up short. It was a good match. They had more time than the first match, John Cena and Austin Theory. But
yeah,
cool match, cool match. I me personally, I wanted to see either Lita and Bailey, or maybe Trish and Bailey or something like that. But hey, it was a cool match.
yeah. What you got, Dre? What you got, Jay?
Like all y'all say, it was a fine match. Like I said, to be honest, I feel like most of this match was carried by nostalgia because most of the wrestling by the older wrestlers really wasn't that good. Lita still was trying to shake off that ring rust. Trish was better, but not much better. And I'm just like everybody wants this. Everybody wants this Becky and Trish or Lita and Trish. Yeah, like I would much rather prefer Lita and Trish. I mean Trish and Becky, just because I don't think by themselves Trish and Lita could put on a good match at like with the amount of rust I saw. But in that it was good. Damage Control should have won. Uh, I saw a tweet from Bailey yesterday, so
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
how it's gonna go with Bailey.
yeah,
Like Ray, I'm mad how they using Bailey and Io Sky or Io Sky, whatever her name is now, um, and Dakota Kai. I'm like, you have all these women with multiple titles under their names, and they're relegated to a 6-man tag match. I like this is
yeah. For Mania at that. I mean, and another thing is, I mean, when Lita fought Becky Lynch at the Crown Jewel, whatever pay-per-view, like last year, I think it was, um,
yeah.
she was phenomenal, man. She was phenomenal. I mean, that match, I mean, unless Becky just really put her over, but that match, I mean, she was kicking ass, man. I was like, damn, Lita can still really go. But I don't know, them having the tag titles, like it just seems like everything is just so weird, man. Like, what the hell are they doing with the tag titles? I don't even understand, like, what the story behind that.
I thought the tag team. I thought Lita and Becky was going to defend the tag team titles
I thought
at
so too.
WrestleMania.
That would make
Against
sense
all
at
the other
least.
women.
Yeah,
I thought that would have made sense. Give all the women some rub. Being there with Lita and also Becky. But I'm pretty sure maybe Becky didn't. I don't know. But yeah, that would have been much better.
I don't get it, bro. But yeah, I mean, it was all right. I'll give the match. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna give it a 2. It wasn't really anything for me. I ain't gonna lie. What y'all got?
Give it a
I,
1.
Oh, damn, Ray got
1.5.
a 1.
1 point.
I don't like how they're doing the women. Like
I don't
that's
like
how
it
I can
either.
tell. I can tell Vince is back because the women is getting the same way it used to be. And as a female that watches it, or a female that's a female wrestling fan, it's annoying. Like Triple H being in charge, it helped so much. Like the women got pushed a lot, and
Did.
now it's like you expect more, and you're like, okay, cool, the women are doing great, and it's right back to where it was.
Yep, you're absolutely right. You're not lying. I've been saying, listen. Hey, Beeline, listen to me, listen to me, Beeline. All y'all out there, all you motherfuckers. Yeah. I've been telling y'all ass. Vince McMahon been sitting in that fucking chair, calling shot. I've been saying it, bro. I've been saying it. I don't even remember the first time. I remember when Warren Marlowe. I want to talk to you right now. I'll talk to you, brother. Telling me that I'm a dirt sheet people and all this shit. Listen, motherfuckers. I hope y'all all hearing now. Vince McMahon been running. Yo, Vince McMahon know what he doing. I'm telling y'all right now, bro. I've been calling this shit for the last while. But besides that, yeah, I whatever. That match was like whatever. Let's go ahead and lump in. I think the next match you had
Seth Rollins and Logan Paul.
Seth and Logan. That was before even that one. Yeah, Seth and Logan. Now listen, Seth and Logan was good. I like Seth and Logan. I like
that was a
Logan
good
Paul,
match.
bro. I like Logan Paul.
I knew it was gonna be a good match.
Yeah, that was really good. I like the entrances. I like the outfits. I like how they were wrestling each other. I like the shit talking. I like the mascot. I like the spots. That was a great fucking match. That was probably like I was amped for that match too. We were watching it. I was amped hard. We all in agreement, right?
Yeah. Logan just shows that he does belong in wrestling because
I'm trying to tell you.
Now I will say this. That right hand thing, it got annoying. It really got annoying because they just kept trying to go to it.
I like it. It's like the Lex Luger. Remember Lex Luger first came to WWF and they said he had the pipe in his arm and he was hitting people with the illegal forearm. That's how he was beating everybody. And Bret Hart was trying to make it a thing. I was just watching that shit over. That's how I remember it. But I like when they try to tell a story. So it's like because it also helps the person that they're wrestling. It's like, oh, there's a reason why he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a reason why Seth is being beat by this motherfucker. Like, he got some shit going on. But I feel you, though.
Well, like I said, I like that spot. It was just the part where he had went to go, when he hit Seth with the right hand and then went to go pin him, but he couldn't because his hand hurt. Like, okay, now, logically, that's dumb because I would just roll over and still pin him. But that was like a real big pet peeve of mine. Like, it's not like it was his knee or his arm. It was his goddamn fingers. All he had to do was just put his hand over. But that KSI spot, that shit had me laughing.
That was great. Yeah, that was great. I knew that's what was gonna happen too because I saw Seth getting ready to try to grab his ass, and I'm like, he gonna put him down. But I was trying to think like, oh, it's gonna look stupid. But Logan spit this stuff out and then just jumped. They did really good. Logan Paul's really good, man. I got to give it to him. He might talk shit. He might be this and that. He's really good.
Seth Rollins stomping on his hand was wild.
You saw it?
That hurt my hand. I was like, oh, dang. It's crazy.
That's my boy,
yeah.
What'd you think, Dre?
The matchup was great, man. That was one matchup that I was looking forward to. I say, besides, the main event itself, that was, the match of the night. It was great. The table spot was awesome. I love the attention to detail, just the little things that Logan Paul was just telling, a story in the ring, by his hand getting hurt. And also he's an outsider. He haven't really wrestled, but just picking that up as if, yes, you stuck my hand out and it hurt. And I'm, just doing all of this stuff, just selling it the most though. And, I thought the matchup was like awesome though, for real. So,
yeah, for sure. For sure. It was a really good match. I'm going to go ahead and give it, I'll give it a 4 just because I don't want to, I've given other things a 3 and that was definitely better than it. And 4 is the top. So I'll give it a 4. I think it exceeded. It was good.
It gets a 4 for Seth's outfit.
Came out looking like a Christmas present Poe. Like,
it was great. And
he came out looking like 3. Yeah, he came out looking like 3 people. He paid homage in a way to Jeff Jarrett. He came out there looking like Shawn Michaels in a way. And also he came out there looking like Rihanna from the Super Bowl.
Damn. Yeah, you're right about that.
I was like, well, damn, Seth Rollins just every time my fiance watch him, she's like, I like watching him for his fashion. He just come out there looking crazy and crazy.
Crazy as hell.
Each night. Each night, man. So
his designer, his little person, he's amazing. Because that was a really good outfit. I didn't expect Seth to come out with that. It was nice.
Yes, I like Seth takes chances, he takes risks, and he keeps it entertaining. That's I like about Seth Rollins. He keeps that shit fun. But definitely a great match. I think that was one of the greatest matches of the night, like y'all said, if not the best match of the night. We did have the next match here, the Charlotte versus Rhea. This is one I was really looking forward to because of Rhea. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really looking forward to Rhea. And at the beginning of this match, I was kind of bored. I'm not gonna lie, it was starting off kind of slow. But then I forgot what point it was where it really started to pick up, and I was like, "Oh, this shit is great."
So that match made my whole head hurt because the way, if you rewatch it, the way Charlotte when she landed, I don't know what happened. She landed smack on the whole bridge of her nose, and it looked like her nose was broke. And I still don't know if she's okay or not. Nobody said nothing, but like that, I didn't like that. That was not a good spot for me. I didn't like that.
Yeah, me and Jay, I think we both were watching. I think my brother was on too. We were all watching. We were like, holy shit! Like when that happened, yeah. I mean, she
Mhm.
was like a second away from being like freaking like paralyzed because
No,
she
like
really did. It looks like when Rhea went to suplex her, I don't know if she thought she was gonna try to flip out of it and maybe changed her mind or something.
that's
It looks like
yeah.
she jumped and tried to flip, but she didn't jump enough. And Rhea full throttled her ass, and she landed like
Yeah, she
right
landed
on her.
so bad. Like her
Yeah,
whole face was it was really
that was
bad.
really bad. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
and then like that spot, like, oh man, she might be really hurt. But then I legit thought she died when her
It
face
was so bad.
because she sold it. She sold it so perfect. Like, God damn.
Oh boy,
I was
Derek is
like
back.
generally concerned for her. I'm like, what just happened? I did not
Welcome
like
back,
that.
D.
But thank you, appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, so we in the middle. We all the way up to Charlotte and what's going. We kind of just running through it real quick, bro. Because we're gonna be talking about the current events and stuff that's going on now. We're just running through WrestleMania's cards real quick. We on Charlotte and Rhea. We talking about when Rhea suplexed Charlotte and like damn near almost put her ass in the fucking hospital. How'd you feel when you saw that, man?
I mean, that was a hard-hitting match, and I believe that they were wrestling with the biggest chip on their shoulder. They were wrestling like life depended on it because they were not in the main event. They were supposed to have been in. They were supposed to have been in the main event, and I think because of the dynamic of the Bloodline storyline and with Sami Zayn and everything, the decision was made to have them close the show and have the women's match be the co-main. So I believe that they were wrestling with a huge chip on their shoulder.
Yo, nice point. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
to prove a point. Oh, I felt that energy in the beginning of the match. I said they're gonna try to steal the show.
Yeah, I agree. And also plus I know everybody gets tired of seeing Charlotte, but one thing that Charlotte, she is a damn good worker, and
she is.
The story that Rhea and Charlotte were telling, because you could tell that Rhea throughout the whole match, she refused to let Charlotte put her in the figure 4 or the figure 8 because that's how she lost. That's how Rhea lost the last match. So
right.
Rhea can never Charlotte can never put the full figure 8 on a Rhea, and I thought that was nice. And also that spot with the riptide from the top rope, I like, wow, that's a WrestleMania moment right there. Because after Charlotte damn near died on the ring
I was
pole.
scared for him. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared for him after that head thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, please don't let nothing. When she got up to when she did the moonsault off the ropes, I was like, damn, I hope nothing bad happens. I was kind of nervous and shit.
Yeah, but
Charlotte's always been safe in there. They've all been they're pretty safe workers. So I mean, it's like I didn't have to. I think if anything, it was a very snug match. When you wrestle snug, that means it's a little stiff, but I don't mean too stiff, but a little snug to make it. You gotta feel it. You know what I mean?
They were showing out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So the point is, I felt from the beginning that they were going to try to prove a point, and that's exactly what happened. And I enjoyed the match. I really did.
I thought it was a good match too. What'd you think, Dre?
It was a dope match, man. Dope match. I'm glad it was, semi main event. It was a lot of back and forth on whether the match should go last main event. I agree with it going on right before the Bloodline. It's just the story itself. Well, the story between Charlotte and Rhea Ripley was just, besides the past, but from Rhea Ripley winning the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, it just wasn't there. It just was like, the fans really wanted Rhea Ripley to win because they didn't want Charlotte to win, and
that's a big point.
Like Charlotte too. So, Charlotte, like, man, the suplex, which she almost landed on her neck, but almost broke her nose at the same time, was sick. But the match was dope. Yes, both women was definitely trying to prove a point. Glad Rhea Ripley won the championship, and
me too.
And the ending of the match, it was real similar to when Bianca and Sasha Banks fought. How Sasha was on the outside, just kind of crying but smiling at the same time. How Charlotte was, but knowing that this is Rhea Ripley's time, because in 2020 when they fought at the PC, it was a different outcome. So at this big stage, 81,000, Rhea Ripley take the victory. It was awesome.
I interviewed Rhea, and you guys can go to my YouTube channel. You can see the interview I did with Rhea, or if you want to listen to the podcast in the morning, it's included in there. But that was one of the things that I actually brought up to her. That was the first question I brought up. Was obviously 3 years ago, they had wrestled, for the NXT Championship, and she was like, yeah, I was a different Rhea Ripley. I thought I was ready, and Charlotte had to put me in my place. And she said, but she said also, but Charlotte thinks I'm that same Rhea Ripley from 3 years ago, and that's not the case. So
that night,
and yeah, so I mean, it was not, and again, she didn't know what I was going to ask her, but the fact that she went there, and I'm like, okay. So, and you can it's almost like I give you an example. It's almost like Cody. Like if you look at Cody Rhodes from like WrestleMania 26, even from when he last wrestled at WrestleMania 32 up until now, he left the boy and came back as a grown man. I think now Rhea Ripley is a grown woman now, and I think she's found herself as a character, found herself as a wrestler, as a personality, and now she's getting one of the biggest pops of the night. She's supposed to be a heel.
I think she's one of the top characters. I mean, she's supposed to be a heel, but that's the thing about it. We were having that discussion as well, just like Seth Rollins or whatever. The heel establishment is like made by WWE, but at the end of the day, the fans are going to decide who they like. Now, your attitude and your persona can be, evilish or whatever, but it's just how you carry yourself. If they like it, they're going to like Seth Rollins. He didn't turn babyface. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just a heel. It just happened that people started to like him and shit. So it's like Rhea, I think, is the same way, even though she does like asshole-ish stuff, like literally running with Dom, doing all that stuff to Ray, breaking into his house and talking about
but that's where you get it's almost like the Four Horsemen doctrine, right? Back in the day. People would cheer Flair, right? Because Flair, he had the robes, and they would respect Arn and Ole because of their wrestling things. But oh boy, Tully Blanchard was the one they used to boo. Whenever Tully was out there with the Four Horsemen, that's how they got their heat, because he was a heat-seeking missile, and Dominic Mysterio is a heat-seeking missile. You know what I mean? Because he's established himself as a absolutely. So if anything else, he makes the Judgment Day a really a heelish group.
Yeah.
Without Dom, they're just Rhea makes the
I feel like Rhea. I feel like Rhea really holds. Dom recently has really started coming out and kind of taking the biggest spotlight after he did the whole prison Dom thing or whatever. I feel like Rhea has been the one who's been having the Judgment Day, whether it be interfering in the matches, knowing that guys can't hit her, but still suplexing Carl Anderson and them. She's been like really pressing the Judgment Day into the spotlight. Even when Edge and them beat them or whatever, or whatever happened, and Dominic hit somebody when it was Judgment Day versus Dom and Ray, and I think Dom like turned on Edge, whatever that was, and Finn and them, they were all sitting there just laughing at him and shit like that. All of that was like building their character and their personality, and I think that's what really started building Judgment Day.
Rhea Ripley is sort of the standout person in there, because normally when it's like a 6-man tag team or a tag team or a one-on-one match, she always getting involved and not afraid to stand up to the guy. So that's where it kind of like really like popped out. Also, you got Finn.
Wait, guys, wait, 1 second.
AEW All In. It's going to be
okay.
You got something on?
I want to hear. We're both very excited about it.
Hold on.
Now, here to announce the site of AEW All In London is a man cut from the same cloth as those visionary pioneers 5 years ago. It's Adam Cole, baby. And listen, I'll get right to it. On August 27th, AEW All In is coming to London Wembley Stadium. We're going to celebrate 100 years of Wembley Stadium. 100 years of Warner Brothers.
AEW fans here. I don't fucking watch AEW.
AEW All In. We celebrate Wembley Stadium, baby.
Oh my God!
It's a big stadium.
That's huge.
Y'all think y'all? Are y'all?
I don't know nothing about it.
The stadium is humongous.
That's where Sean was it Bret Hart and Owen Hart where they had the opener. Yeah,
that was the old Wembley Stadium, but it was on the same site.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right,
Stadium is
I guess Dre must be taping it on. He bounced. He didn't want to hear that yet. All right, Dre, we good. You clear. No AW talking now.
Sorry about that, guys.
I'm actually watching it. I'm actually watching it right now on the delay right now. And I don't watch it live because I like to throw in it, do the commercials, and I'm actually doing the podcast. So I'm actually watching.
No, you good.
I didn't want to hear it.
You good.
But I did want to add like the whole heel and face dynamic. Really, ever since the new age of wrestling, it really is changed. Because back in the day, kayfabe was still a thing, but now kayfabe is kind of dead. So really, people just cheer who they want to, who they feel deserving of. Like everybody in the Judgment Day, including Rhea, especially Finn, Dom, and Damian Priest, people feel like, oh, they deserve something, and especially Rhea, because Rhea, in my opinion, she got screwed off those 3 years ago. So
they kind of did play her. They kind of did play Rhea when she first but that's because she came on that babyface shit, man. I don't even know how you established Rhea as a babyface when she first came. She screamed, "Badass! I'm kicking ass. It don't matter. I'm taking over some shit." That's why I think she's established as well as she is now.
Yeah, see, and this thing, not everybody can play a babyface role because you can still play either a babyface or if it doesn't work as a babyface, just do a tweener. Tweeners always work if they know how to play it right. But yeah, like I thought it was kind of funny. Also, whenever somebody loses the match, stop putting the camera on them. I got so sick and tired of them putting the camera on Charlotte with that. Oh, you got me. I hate that. Let Rhea have her moment. Keep the camera on Charlotte. Just keep it on. Just keep it on Rhea. Keep the camera on Rhea.
I think that tells a whole lot of story, like even with, I don't want to jump too far here, but even with the main event with Cody lost and the camera was on him, that takes you back to like 2012 where the John Cena was going up against The Rock and the camera was on John Cena and he was just sitting there on the ramp like, after all of this shit, man, like all of this, I came up short, and that tells the whole lot of
it's no different, but it's no different from WrestleMania 6. When Warrior was celebrating in the ring and he showed Hulk Hogan on the cart going back because he was the former champion. That, you know what I mean? So
when you have a big match, even a fight, like you talk to the big match, you always talk to the opponent to see how they feel, especially if you're losing the title or something like that. You got to get like the other guy's perspective. What happened? And I feel just saying, but let them have their time. Like they don't really need but you want to. You hope motherfuckers ain't just sitting there like, oh well, I lost. Let me just go home and walk the dog now.
Well, my thing is it was also Rhea was already breaking character, but it was all like, okay, I understand Rhea breaking character, but like having to go back to Charlotte, like I understand with Cody because everybody wanted Cody to win and he lost, and that's a story to tell. With Charlotte, people have already been voicing that like they want the belt on someone new, and Rhea has been waiting for this moment forever. So I would just say keep her because, like I said, for me, I was just like he said, it just felt like Hogan and Warrior all over again. Like I feel like Charlotte was kind of stealing some of the spotlight because if it was just one time, it would have been cool, but it was multiple shots of Charlotte, and I'm like, stop it. I legit wanted to grab the cameraman and like, stop it. Look at her in the ring.
But Charlotte, I definitely think that Charlotte and Rhea had a great match. They're two great workers, man. I think it was a good payoff, and Derek, that was a really good point of. I didn't even think of that. Them like, wanting to be that main event spot. But we don't got to skip the stars. I do want to keep going through. We're gonna knock out the WrestleMania recap, and then we're gonna talk about like the current events and shit that's happening because there's a lot going on. But all right, so we got the Usos versus Sami Zayn, and what's it called? Now, I predicted this. This is another one that I predicted. I don't remember how far back. Even I think I was talking to Derek, me and Derek on one of the shows. And I said, "Yo, listen, the people that are going to take them belts from the Usos is going to be Sami and Kevin. I don't know how it's going to get there, but I knew that was going to be the shot. And then finally, we get there, and it's there. What y'all think? Was the match good?
5 stars. I know you said 4 stars. That was 5
stars. The tag match You know what? I don't really do a star rating at this because I mean star rating is all opinion based. My thing is they told an incredible story and they had all the bells and whistles in there that you needed for a really good main event. Think about this. This is the first main event that had a tag team match since WrestleMania 1.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So think
And
about
deserved, too.
think about the dynamic in that. Think about the historical, aspect of it. So they had to deliver. They had to go out there and prove why they're the two best tag teams in the world right now. Because I mean, let's not forget that Kevin Steen and El Generico were once ROH world tag team champions at one point in time.
Yeah, they
So-
go back really far. That's why it was a good portrayal. It was a good thing. I'll be honest with you, with my star that I just made right now, I would have gave it a 3. I'm not gonna lie to you. When you said 5, I was surprised. I thought it was a good match. I definitely thought it was a really good match. But I don't know. It just didn't speak to me as I thought the storyline and every reason why I wanted them to win, even everything they were doing was great. But I just kind of felt like, okay, it was good. Like the payoff is there. I'm definitely ready to see it. But it didn't shout out to me like some of the older Usos versus New Day matches. And like, even the Bar versus the Usos matches, it kind of just, it was good. But I think the storyline carried it harder than the match. I'll be real.
Well, I'm gonna put it this way. I like the story was good, but also for me, I'm grading on the curve just because I've always loved Sammy, even from his PWG days as El Generico and then Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, and to see that these two finally get to main headline and pay-per-view, and like for a title, and then just the story that was being told in the match. Because I'm not gonna lie, look, like nowadays super kicks are played out, and if you don't like super kicks, you're not gonna like this match. They super kicked Sami Zayn so many damn times.
I love when Usos do it though.
Yeah.
Usos they're like them and the Young Bucks or whatever. I feel like they just when they do super kicks, it's supposed to happen. Dolph too. Dolph Ziggler too. For some reason, Dolph hits that shit. It's like Shawn Michaels.
And also like the story that they were telling in the match, I thought was really good. Like the match was paced really well. Everybody was at the correct spots because the story was that Sammy was taking all that punishment, like all that built up frustration between Jay and Jimmy, but he would not die. He would not die. And then the fact that Jay ate the pin from Sami Zayn, I thought that was a perfect end to the match.
Nice story closer. Yeah, I think that as well.
And also I'm also great on curve because after that bullshit from night 2, the end of night 2, I'm grading that on the curve. I'm glad I got to go home happy for at least one of these nights.
I'll put you this way.
Oh, good.
Say again.
Go ahead, D. No, I was gonna say what else. Everybody else thinking. Go ahead, bro.
About the main event?
Yeah, about that match. We're gonna stay on that one.
I mean, here's the thing, man. I look at I judge the crowd and have it being there live. I can tell you that the fans were invested the whole entire way.
Yeah, they definitely were. That crowd was insane, bro. Like even I don't think there was a match that the crowd really wasn't amped for, except for the Becky and the triple threat. What's it called?
Or the women, or the 6-woman tag.
Yeah, 6-woman tag. Yeah,
that was okay.
They were kind of dead in there.
It was a look at the spot it was in though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think that could have been the main event. I don't think it was. I don't know. It was just like it was what it was. It had a little nostalgic effect to it, but I don't really think it was really a purpose. I'll be honest with you. Like I feel like if Becky and Bayley would have just kind of built their feud or their rivalry and just had them have a payoff at the end of at WrestleMania, I think that would have been a lot better.
Who did it go after though? Like what match did it go after?
That was after Logan Paul and Seth.
Oh,
yeah.
See,
so they had to bring the crowd. So they had to bring the crowd down. See, that's what I'm saying. It was in a really weird spot.
Yeah, like they were kind of deflated at that point. They were kind of deflated at that point.
Yeah, because think about it. I mean, the opening match was John Cena. The opening match was John Cena and Austin Theory.
Yeah, and that was ass.
Yeah, well, hey, listen. I mean,
yeah, you missed our review on that, D. Yeah, that was horrible. That was fucking horrible. I'm sorry. I don't even think I can even. You could even try to persuade me that was any other thing. fucking listen. Here we go. It's some raw shit. I accidentally hit the ref and low blowed him and won. What? For fucking Mania and Cena? Come on, bro.
Well, again, to establish it, but to establish him as a heel. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's way better than that. I mean, like he with I'll quote Scott Hall, heels lie, man. You know what I mean? Like it's all not every match doesn't have to end straight up. A heel is, as a antagonist, he or she has to do something underhanded in order to further establish themselves as being a piece of shit heel.
Yeah. We definitely talked a lot of shit about it. I think me and Dre talked about it on his show too. Some different things we thought, but it is what it is. It happened. Let's go ahead and knock. But we all felt that the last match was good. Usos definitely thought the Usos should have lost. I definitely thought that was. I think that they're the right ones to drop the titles first. Then we're gonna go ahead and talk about night 2 now. Let's start with
one. You forgot one match. Ray and Dom. That was night 1.
That's right. That was night 1. I think, as a matter of fact, that came right after the tag match. As a matter of fact, Ray and Dom. That was okay. What everybody thoughts on Ray and Dom? First of all, like y'all said earlier, that entrance. I thought that entrance made Dominic. I thought it was fucking great. I made him look so important.
I thought that entrance
made him look so strong.
Yeah, that entrance was one of my favorite entrants of WrestleMania. Yeah. I thought, it was like, come on, man. Like, although Rey Mysterio came out there with Snoop Dogg, that was dope too. But man, the matchup itself, I thought Dominic was going to win. Probably up until he got his ass whooped in the middle of the ring.
I love that part.
I know that was amazing.
So great.
But
that reminded me of.
Bad Bunny got involved, so I understand where they're going with
that. Yeah, that frustrated me a little bit. Like,
but you know what though? I knew from the moment they showed him on commentary, I said, "Oh, they're getting ready for Backlash." This story's This story's going to continue. Although I will say, and I think I popped a lot of people in the press box. I said when Ray was whipping him with the belt, reminded me the end of the first House Party movie when he was like, "Yo, ass is mine."
Yep. Robin Harris. That's my That's my movie right there. Ray. All right. Let's get Ray. We ain't heard Ray in a minute. My bad, Ray. We were skipping over you and shit. Got too many people over here today. What do you got, Ray? How do you feel about Dom and Ray?
I wanted his sister to jump the barricade and just start smacking on him. But it didn't happen.
Right?
It was mad. I wanted to see that, but it's whatever. It was a good match, though. I liked seeing Dom get whipped in the middle of the ring. That was great.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. I'm with Ray and Dre. I definitely thought that Dom should have won. I wanted him to be more have an established win, but I do understand the payoff because Dom has been, kicking, Ray's ass.
I just feel it's a little weird because I understand the payoff, but me personally, I was just like, this whole story been going on for so long, and we understand that Bad Bunny is going to be the host of Backlash, but the story's been building for quite some time before the end for Bad Bunny to get involved. Like I said, I know where it's going.
The business, right? Yeah, the business. But it's like personally, I've been watching this shit. I'm invested. I kind of want to see the storyline be the storyline. I don't want any other engagements. I feel you. I feel the same way with how I watch wrestling too, bro.
They got a stadium to fill.
I know.
They got quotas to hit. Yeah, I get it. But I want to see the fucking. I've been watching this shit for 2 months. Like,
I feel but I could totally see this going all the way to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
They have 80,000 seats to fill at Ford Field.
Yeah, man.
I could totally see this culminating at SummerSlam.
And Brad, remember, I gave an idea of how I would end this feud, but for me,
what did you say? Yeah, what did you say again? I forgot.
I said the way to end this feud, because we don't know. Ray said he wants to wrestle till he's 50. I don't know if he's gonna make it till then. But I said the best way to do it at one, it has to be at least either at SummerSlam or WrestleMania. Yeah. Have Dom beat Ray in a retirement match. That would put a lot of heat.
Say that. You did
say
that.
A lot of heat. Hey,
yeah, I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that.
Hey, for me, I just throw a little flavor in it. Make it a ladder match. Like I said, make it a ladder match. That for me, that would be a perfect ending to the feud. Put heat on Dom. But as for this match, my favorite thing was probably the entrances for one Ray, because hearing Eddie's theme and seeing the lowrider, I legit wanted to cry. I legit wanted to cry because it brought back so many good memories. And two,
That pop.
That Dominic Mysterio interest, look, it is silly, it's stupid, it's illogical, but I loved it because the whole time I was thinking, like, wait, why are you in prison? Wait, why are you in the jail cell? like logically, it's like he literally went to jail just for them to take him out. And like that,
it was great. It was so great.
It makes no sense and it's silly, but I love it. As for the
Yeah.
match,
Ex-con, and listen, ex-con Dom, man. You know what I mean? Like that, it was great. Yeah, I'll tell you what though. Just like when he got out the paddy wagon, and when he had the mask on, it was like Ray reincarnated. I was like, oh my god!
It was
Derek,
weird.
remember? Go ahead, Ray.
It made my brain itch. Like I don't know how to describe it. It was really weird seeing it because I was like, wait, is that Dom? Or like it was really weird. I didn't realize how much he looked like Ray until he put that mask on.
With that mask on. You're so used to seeing Ray with the mask. That's why you're used to seeing Ray more with the mask than you see him without it. So when Dom put the mask on, you got the features of Ray.
Now you're like, whoa.
Yeah. But Derek, remember when if you remember when we did a show a while ago, and I was still on the fence about Dom, and I was saying what I think they should do with him. And you were like, nah, I love the way he's doing right now. And I said, oh, damn, I wish he would put a mask on and be on some crazy shit. Like just, and Derek was like, nah, don't put a mask. And then when I saw him with that mask, I was like, the first thing I said was, please let him have that mask. I would love if he just became some crazy bad guy luchador shit. But now that you said and you start seeing it, like I do like how they're trying to establish that kind of Eddie Guerrero feel with him. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if he has the wrestling capability to be compared to like an Eddie Guerrero. But if you're gonna do kind of like a attitude wise, it's fun. I think it's fun. I think Dominic's interesting to watch.
With it, when it comes to the whole like him being like similar to Eddie Guerrero, I think I was one of the people. Like I don't know if a lot of people were saying it too, but I wanted Dom to come out in a lowrider to Eddie's music. It pissed Ray off. It would cause like some weird mental stuff going on for Ray. I wanted that, and it didn't happen, so it kind of made me mad. But I was glad. I was
thinking the same thing.
Whatever.
I was hoping that he would come up to Eddie's heel music. That would have been freaking great. I thought
China and Eddie Guerrero thing is
if
great.
You, I mean,
they're calling each other mommy and all that and everything now.
If you looked at Dom's pants, he did pay homage to Eddie though. His pants was pay homage to Eddie. But I wanted him to come out to some Eddie stuff.
Yes, but yes, like I was saying, that was a really fun. It wasn't like the best technical match, but it was still fun.
It was good, yeah.
And some people mad about the Bad Bunny thing, but I I kind of figured it because then when I realized, like, oh wait, that's in Puerto Rico, so of course he would get involved.
Yeah,
absolutely. But also too, I can imagine. I really want to, like, if I ever met Dom, and I would love to ask him, like, yo, what was going through your mind standing across the ring from your father at WrestleMania? Because I can imagine how many times they did that match at their house or in their private ring or whatever. Because that was incredible.
Yeah, that definitely a feel good moment for both of them. I'm pretty sure behind the scenes they were probably bawling their eyes out. But that was really good. I'm happy, about the payoff for that. I was definitely invested in it. It turned out to be one of the biggest matches I wanted to see on the card, which is really great to talk about. Glad. Thank you, Jay, for bringing that back because I definitely forgot about that one for a second. But all right, jumping back into night two. Let's start off night two. We had the very first
Brock Lesnar versus Omos.
Okay, yeah, we can zoom past this real quick. I definitely thought Brock was gonna win. Omos, I wanted Omos to win just because I thought Brock was gonna kind of pace toward. I'm always about come on, bro. We've had Brock Lesnar forever. I think Omos could be a big deal. Let's establish some new people, and that's why my mind is always wanting to go. But realistically, I like the fact that Brock did let Omos beat his ass because Omos kicked Brock's ass, bro.
Man,
like, really?
The fact that great. Brock F5'd him and turned purple was crazy. Yeah. I was like, I did not expect that to happen at all. That was crazy.
For real. What you think, Jay?
Was only one F5 hitting that match?
Yeah. He couldn't. He tried more than once, but he could not get Omos up. And that's why he turned purple at the end. Yeah, he was trying.
That's my thing. And that's my thing. Like Like my thing was, I thought they were telling a nice story with Brock not able to lift Omos, and the Omos legit threw Brock like a sack of potatoes.
Bro, tossed Brock's ass around, yo.
But my thing is,
Wow.
I was like, wow, okay, Omos looking pretty strong in this match. And then when that F5, I was like, okay, he gonna kick out. Then I'm like, oh, fuck you, Vince.
It's over, right? This is over, like
I was like, oh.
But you know what? I don't think it hurts. I don't think it hurts Omos. It doesn't hurt Omos because, again, of who he's in there with, and what happened on Raw. He ended up beating somebody down, and you forgot about the fact that he lost the night before.
That's what sucks, though, man. It's just that's always what these matches are always like relying on is like, oh well, you'll get by. Don't worry, it'll be better. Everybody knows you faced Brock. Like, but the thing is, like, just imagine how much it would have affected if Omos would have smashed Brock's ass and then came out on Raw and then been like, what? Brock, fucking Omos just destroyed Brock at WrestleMania. The same way when Brock Lesnar beat the Streak. It's like, even though they won't be affected, the thing is, it's not affected because it's not doing anything at all. It's not. It's you had the match as a filler. That's some shit that you could do on SmackDown. That's something you could do on Raw. But the thing is, like, WrestleMania is supposed to be telling like a story. It's supposed to be building up to whatever's next, or at least closing off to get ready for what's next. And that's why I feel like even with Dom beating Ray, I think that they should have more opportunities for these new guys to pure dominate, or just like, get a really good win from a really good match. So it builds their character. AJ Styles, fucking Kevin Owens, right? And Cena. Like, there's been so many different ones that have really established these guys into dominant presences in, the industry. At least for what we see, I think Omos could have really benefited in that way.
Yeah,
But
he got some offense on Brock, in which we all know Brock. Brock, you barely get any offense on him, especially if you're on that level. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure. You guys good? Oh, yeah, I lost Ray for a minute. Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, the matchup was cool in the beginning. I was rooting for Omos, even though the match sort of landed on all of our lap out of nowhere, a couple of weeks prior to WrestleMania, because Brock Lesnar didn't want to work with Bobby, or I think he didn't want to work
Bray
with
Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt. So he ended up working with Omos, 7-foot giant Omos. Okay, I feel like this matchup would have really hit a little bit harder for me if Omos was just on like a 3-month terrorizing everybody in the locker room. I'm ready for WrestleMania, and he got there in the beginning. Manhandle Brock. Nobody manhandled Brock Lesnar like that. Put him in the bear hug. And I feel like Brock Lesnar feel like Omos could have kicked out of at least like 2 or 3 more F5s.
F5s, right? That's like, simple little thing. Just establish a motherfucker. Like,
and I get the whole, he's a giant. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. So I get that, but still, I feel like it should have, that kind of like was similar to the Austin Theory and John Cena match. Once there was that low blow and that pin, it was like that was it. It was like there was no more. It was like where's the rest? And that's how I felt like with Omos and Brock Lesnar. It was like, where's the rest? Although he came out the next night on Monday Night Raw, he squashed somebody, but I still wanted to see him more. So hopefully they just keep him up, doing what they're doing, and just don't just sprinkle him on us, when they sort of feel like
we're gonna talk about it. Drake, listen, we're gonna talk about all right, listen, guys. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of just run through these last matches until we get to the main event. I think we can all kind of prove that. I think after the Omos and match, you had the women's showcase match, which was Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya, and who was Natalya's partner? Natalya had
Shotzi.
Shotzi?
Yeah.
Natalya, Shotzi, and then you had who was the last team?
Sonya and Chelsea Green.
Sonya and Chelsea Green. Now I like Chelsea Green. I like Sonya and them. But it was an okay match. Everybody agree? Kind of okay match.
They didn't have the tank at WrestleMania.
Didn't have
You
the
gotta
tank.
have
Yeah,
the tank.
didn't have it. It was too
And it was,
costly.
and it was
Ronda
there.
Rousey's makeup
It was
made me
there.
mad.
Ronda Rousey like yeah, I said they look like the damn Legion of Doom walking. I was like
Yeah.
yeah,
I didn't
They
like
came
the
down.
I
Yeah,
don't think they.
it was
I don't think they
it
were
was
feeling the
regular,
match.
man. It was
I
regular.
feel like it was a
mean,
filler.
yeah, it felt like whatever.
It was a match that could have been on Raw.
The men's match, I feel really, really, kicked ass. Oh, Derek just threw a whole bunch of stuff in here. Awesome. Thanks, bro. That definitely helped me out. I gotta we were forgetting these damn matches over here. Yeah, the men's match really kind of took me in a different place where I was like, oh damn, this surprised me. Like, I think it's gonna be as good. The women's match was kind of like, okay, whatever. Like, I think the right people won, Shayna and Ronda. I think they should definitely be the next tag team holders to kind of make it kind of interesting. They are kind of dominant. But we'll see what happens from there. But next one we had was after that is when we did the what you had after that was that wasn't Bianca yet. Was that Bianca and
yeah, they
Oscar
did that. They did that Hall of Fame
triple
thing.
threat. It was a
The
triple
triple
threat.
threat, and then the Hall of Fame thing.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So you had Gunther and Sheamus and Drew Listen, this match right here. Listen, this was the match of Mania. Well, I can't say that because I like the main event. I did like the main event, but I think just as far as just having a match,
it was a hard hitting,
that shit
brutal
was phenomenal
matchup. It was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Phenomenal match.
I loved it.
And
yeah,
for people like the reason why people love this match so much is because it's a style that's really not shown that much in WWE, and this match proved that this hard hitting style it works, and you have three of the hardest hitting people. A lot of those shots, I was even once like, oh, that shit look like it hurt.
For real. Oh yeah, it's definitely those guys.
Yeah, you know what that match was?
Not only
I'm gonna show you what that match was.
Big ass,
big man,
dudes slapping me, bro. And it was so good because it was like it still told a good story. I like how Drew and Sheamus went up against each other. I was doing flip for Sheamus, bro. Like the thing about I'm not like the biggest Sheamus fan, but yo, when Sheamus gets on a tear, you can forget about it, bro. He's kicking ass. And just great wrestlers all the way around, man. I really wanted something different for Drew. And I think Gunther winning was good. I was kind of hoping for Drew, but I didn't think Gunther was going to lose. I think that was the right call. He definitely has a lot of potential going forward as well. But great match. We all agree. That was probably one of the best matches of WrestleMania, at least.
Yeah, and Drew's contract just expired, and he hasn't agreed to nothing. Yeah, so
listen, that's why I'm trying to rush. I'm trying to rush so we can talk about the real shit that's going on right now. All right. So we have, we're gonna talk about some stuff. But all right, so we have after Drew and them, you had Bianca and Asuka, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't even want to spend time in this fucking match. I was not into it at all. I wasn't into it going
the entrance,
in. I don't think
10 out of 10 on that entrance.
Yeah, that was crazy about that little girl, man. That little girl said her mom's had passed that. That was really sad, yo. So much prayers for her, man, and for her to come back out and still do it.
The interest to me was everything. I thought it was amazing. I knew all the young, black girls would love that. All the girls in general, though. But me personally, I thought Asuka was going to come out with it because Bianca been champ since last year at WrestleMania. So I mean, I expected a little something different. But, I mean, that was cool.
Yeah, they had an okay match, but it just wasn't. It wasn't enough build. It really wasn't enough with Asuka. I'll be real. It was more because there wasn't enough done with Asuka. I feel. I think if they really established Asuka as like, oh man, this girl, like she came back, she's not playing games, not just have her win the Elimination Chamber. I'm saying just dominate the division until WrestleMania, and then even if Bianca would have won, like she just bettered her, I would have been more excited to see like an actual challenger because it didn't feel like Asuka was a challenger. I'm sorry to say it.
Now, I did like that ending spot though. Like I did like that feat of strength that she showed. Like, damn, she's strong.
Yeah, she's strong, bro. We know she's strong.
The match itself was really boring, but being in a house full of black women, and it was my sister and my neighbor's daughter. She's little, so seeing Bianca's entrance, just watching both of them just sit there in awe. Like I would have liked to have that as a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
That was great.
Representation is everything.
That's
Literally,
awesome.
it
Yeah,
was
that's
really
awesome.
nice.
There's no doubt
And I
about
said
it. That's
that.
always awesome.
I said this is what it's about. Like this is what it should be for real.
Mhm.
It was good.
Mhm.
But it was still fucking boring.
Very boring.
I feel you, but that is one of the, and I mean, it sucks. Like it goes back to like we were saying, like we know the technicalities, we know the business part of it. You know, it's best for business, but it's just it still sucks that because you still want to see the fun behind the the comparison. You want to see the villain take on the good guy, and just wasn't built for that match at all, man. It was just a match. Oh, she won the number one contenders. Okay, they're gonna wrestle then. They were a tag team right before WrestleMania. It just wasn't. But Bianca won. I actually personally think it was the right call to have Bianca win because I don't think that should be her year payoff. Should be ended just like that with a very minimal feud. I think it should be a great feud that has somebody take the thing. But it is what it is.
Next. But who's next?
Who's next? We're gonna talk about it. So we have next one we got is after are Finn and Edge. Now, listen, let me just say this right now. I'm gonna get comfortable to say this shit. Listen, I already quit on this match before it even started. Let me tell you something right now, because I definitely thought that Gangrel and Christian was coming out with Edge, yo. And when that didn't happen, I was done. I didn't want to.
How you gonna wear the jacket? How you gonna wear a jacket with them on it and nobody came out? I was mad because I've never seen a Brood entrance in my life.
I was so pissed. I was like, I just know Gangrel. And then they had to call him Brood Edge. He never went by Brood Edge. He was fucking Edge in the Brood. Like, that was it.
The match for me itself, though, I didn't really hear too much of the Gangrel or, I mean, I heard about Christian. Man. If he was possible, he may, come, but I didn't get really too excited for that. But everybody wanted this Brood Edge, but it seems though every time Edge had these big matches, whether it was at SummerSlam, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, he always came out with the Brood sort of entrance for 15 seconds and changed it over to his regular music. So nothing about that really was like exciting to me. It was like the same old Edge. But the thing to me was Demon Finn, the Finn Balor, the Demon, man. It's just like I think he's completely dead now. Like,
they kind of destroyed
it. He kind of like destroyed him. The last match he had with Roman Reigns, you could call it an accident or whatever, where he was on the turnbuckle.
That was the worst match I've ever seen in my life.
It itself and how everything. So it just seemed like every time he tapped into the demon mode lately, or at least on the main roster, he loses. And I didn't understand the whole red, blue, purple kendo sticks, yellow, like it was like
that shit was so back. That was
it was like we going back.
No, that I said the same thing. I was like, did they go spray paint some chairs ahead of time?
It was like they
video game.
It was like, okay, we going back to the original cell, but
we want some color.
Yeah, like I didn't understand that.
I think it was like I said, just this is why I thought I think it was supposed to be meant like the purple was supposed to be for Finn. And the rest will be for Edge.
So
purple won't hurt.
Even
so purple won't hurt Finn, and red won't hurt.
Red won't hurt Edge.
So the video game. It's 2K.
The match itself was good. Honestly, all I gotta say is shout out to Finn Balor for taking that ladder to the head. I hope he okay.
Yeah,
that was a little gruesome. I was confused. My friends thought it was paint on the mat. I said that is blood. That man is busted open somewhere. We couldn't figure out where.
Did y'all see the cut afterwards?
Oh yeah. I didn't know it was that bad.
Together, like they numbed it and stapled it mid match. That's why it was such an awkward moment when the camera was just on Edge.
Edge did good though. Edge did good when he was trying to like just establish. That's the thing. I love them people who save the moment. They're professionals, man. But the one thing I want to know is why the hell did Edge win that match? Why did Edge win that match?
I really think I think they had to change on the fly because, like I said, I think after he took that ladder shot.
Yeah, I think Finn was supposed to win. I think so.
Man, I don't know.
But at that point,
you gotta call it. Sometimes you gotta call it in the ring, man. Like sometimes things and being in the business, I've seen plenty of matches where you have to just do something on the fly just to get out of there, go home, and that's it. Like that's
Yeah, I
sometimes
think
that's just like that.
Why they couldn't do it with Finn? I'm saying, like, even with
Yeah,
Austin breaking his neck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Owen freaking broke his neck, and Austin still freaking handicap rolled Owen up. And
Well, again, we're talking about it was a different. It was a totally different business back, but you got to understand something. That was a totally different business back then. 1997 was 26 years ago.
You don't want to get no lawsuit.
Exactly. So there's so many different aspects when it comes to things. You just got to get out of there. Back then, you kind of, rub some salt on the wound and you keep moving. But now, with there, it's a totally different business now. So you want to keep the boys.
A lot. Like that thing with Chris, like head injuries are serious. And I think that Edge, he threw it harder than he was supposed to.
Oh yeah, that was going in.
Because Finn, like I think Finn was not expecting the ladder to be thrown like a goddamn Tom Brady.
He genuinely looked confused when it happened.
He looked
shit, man. They was going in.
Like he
Hell in a Cell at Mania. Yeah, I mean, but I just wish there was a different outcome. I think Finn could have really built off that, like you guys were saying, like it kind of killed the demon as well. It's a lot at stake, man. I mean, you're doing this, and once you have something down, it's recorded, it's documented. Like this shit is what we see. You can't erase somebody's memory. Like, if you have like a million reasons for why you're gonna make these established, creation changes or whatever, even if it wasn't a change or it was, like it just sucks that these people are literally like losing their fire under them because of these outcomes. Edge is gonna go away. Edge is gonna be Edge forever.
And it was like watching the match. It was an okay match, but I expected more. Like with them saying Brood Edge, I wanted Finn to be covered in blood at some point in a bloodbath. Something exciting to happen. Somebody come from under the ring. Yeah. I had hope that Christian or somebody was gonna come under the ring. Nothing happened.
Fight Damon Priest.
You gave us Brood Edge, and what was Brood about it? It was terrible.
Yeah. I just like
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Listen.
I like that Edge had wings and stuff. That was kind of cool.
Let me say this. Like there's always gonna be. This is not the point. Listen. I want to say this. We have these shows because this is where we can speak freely on how we feel, like personally. Now, we all know that there's technicalities. We all know that there's rules, there's business rules, there's this and that. But the thing is like if you could like establish a way, whether it be fantasy booking, whether it be whatever, like, just what you feel would be great, or even if it's just like not even like sensibly thinking about stuff. That's the whole reason why like we talk about this stuff. And the fact that, you can justifiably take Edge and put Finn Balor in a match and fuck Edge, Finn Balor's head got jacked up, which is real. And you have to, kind of go on the fly, kind of do this, kind of do that or whatever. But establish something that could still work to where you think it would feel good for what you're watching. That is Gangrel and Christian being able to come out. Oh, they can't because, Gangrel doesn't do wrestling anymore and Christian's in AEW, blah, blah, blah. Is there a way to work it out? Okay, no, there's not a way to work it out. Okay, fuck it. Then we don't get that. But what can we do that's the closest thing to that? Can we do a Brood entrance? Can we do anything? Like you said, right? You have never seen a Brood. So Edge is promoting Brood Edge, and you're like, what the fuck is that? 15 seconds, like Dre said. And that's all we get. That's a Brood entrance. No, that's not a Brood entrance. This is the Brood. Like let's establish it.
Did he ever was it ever promoted that he was going to be Brood Edge?
No, it was just he was going to be Edge, and that was it.
But he entertained
and I think
he entertained it.
Yeah,
I talked about this earlier though, real fast though. The whole thing with Cody, losing. Everybody expected it. Because of the dirt sheets, everybody expected it was like Roman taking his time off. Okay, well, damn, you see it. Roman definitely winning, and you're reading in Brood Edge. I never, thought I'm not in one bit that he was, going to be any type of Brood Edge. He kind of like been doing the whole Brood Edge every single time he comes.
Nah, he was Brood Edge. Listen, he was Brood Edge to the point where they had on the freaking screen Brood Edge. That's what I'm saying. Like he was definitely Brood Edge. But he wasn't Brood Edge.
That's what I expected more. And let me say, I've heard like the Brood when Edge and Seth fought, he did have the Brood entrance. He had the song and all that. But I've never actually seen all of them together. ever
been there.
on
They
TV
should have been there.
myself, and I'm
What,
like,
what,
okay,
don't call it. Don't call it if it's going to be
Yeah.
like, you know, it's WrestleMania, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like we know. Like, it's not like we're talking about fucking Backlash right now. We're talking about it's Mania. You go all out for Mania, bro. Like, you should have had the
Mania and
fucking group.
SummerSlam. Those are your
Come
2
on.
times.
Whatever the case is, like, you know, you'll never convince me otherwise. Like, it's Mania. You got to go in. You can't give me the bullshit about time limit. It's 2 fucking nights now. You got enough time. Let's be real. Like, come on. Let's establish some shit. Like, you know, as you go all out, you got the pyro, you got everything. Even if you're saving that shit all year for this one event, like, so
and night 2 went really fast.
It did. And night
Well,
two
it wasn't as long.
really
It was only
main
6.
night.
Well, it was only 6 matches on the card.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's why I
seven
expected
event was
a little
Saturday,
bit
that shit.
more.
seven including Shane McMahon / Snoop Dogg taking on the Miz. So
Oh
That
yeah,
was
Pat
what
McAfee
up
came
right
back
there,
night
the
right?
one.
first and the first like 8 matches, you know, including Miz,
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
Also, shout out to Snoop and Snoop and Miz for calling the audible. Because
Let me-
at first,
But you know,
Let me correct you real quick.
it's a shot that I seen on TikTok where
He
it's
gonna say
actually the cameraman
Cameraman.
is actually
Oh.
calling the shot to Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg to tell him to go knock him out.
Cameraman
You
saved that.
understand-
I was giving props to Snoop too until I
Yeah.
saw that clip, like you said.
He's a
Which-
non-wrestler.
But he
Yeah,
handled it well
exactly.
though.
Yeah.
He handled it so well though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He
but
handled it
did
well.
Hey,
really good.
Snoop Dogg's rock bottom had me in that house dying.
well, like,
That's what
Why
you
did
mean?
you think to do that?
like just shout out to
That's what he
everybody
knew,
who
man.
called audible. Like everybody called, like shout out to everybody who called audible, and prayers to Shane
Yeah,
because
that was
It's in
rough
the
to watch,
family.
man.
They have bad quads at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were playing that one where he lost his
Well,
quad.
Shane, but here's the thing. Shane is 53. And let me explain something to y'all, man. Like, if you haven't taken bumps in a while, like there's a thing called being
Don't
in
try to
shape.
do it.
And no, there's a thing called being in shape and being in ring shape. They're
Right.
2 different animals. I don't care what it is. So the fact that he jumped as high as he did and came down as hard as he did, those type of freak accidents are going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Think about this for a
Got it.
second. When Triple H first tore his quad in 2001, it was almost like it was a contact thing injury. But all he did, he was doing an offensive move on Benoit, and he just tore his quad.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it
happened.
I feel like Shane McMahon, man, just his aura and his presence, and people was just excited to see him there. Me personally, I marked out when I heard his music. I didn't
Yeah.
expect him to wrestle. He didn't need to
expect
wrestle.
it. Yeah, I didn't expect it at all.
People was fine just to seeing him, but he stepped in the ring with the Miz, and when he stepped in, well, when he was about to go one-on-one with the Miz, it brought me back to a couple of years ago, WrestleMania 35, where
Yeah.
him and you know, the Miz, they tore the house down. But I was
With,
like,
with
man,
his father
Shane,
and all that, I remember all that stuff.
yeah,
It was-
yeah, but
it
I was
was-
like, they didn't need to. Yeah, Shane, I didn't feel like Shane needed to wrestle, but I do give him my guy saying,
Not
you know,
bad.
like ring shape and just it's 2 totally different things. But
For real.
yeah,
The
sad.
pop for Shane was crazy. And what I was
Yeah.
thinking was Vince, like I don't know if it was a couple years ago, a couple months ago, whatever.
What up,
Vince
cuz?
said if he comes back, you're not gonna get the same
Live on
pop you
live.
think you'll get. He got a big pop, and I was happy to see Shane.
Because we all love potato punch throwing Shane.
No, definitely.
Like,
Bro, Shane McMahon is a legend, bro.
Yeah,
everybody
he's
be
a legend.
talking about the legend, the Shane McMahon now, but y'all forget about the Shane McMahon that had that King of the Ring match with Kurt Angle when he was getting his ass thrown through those glass panels. Let me tell you something. Shane McMahon is a fucking soldier in WWE. All right,
yeah, but
Remember
also
that match
ain't
he had
that
with-
Shane
remember that
O'Mac?
match?
Fight Club shit, whatever.
Shane outlives his childhood dreams
Trying to tell you,
anytime he comes out in that ring.
Shane
The
is a
match he
beast,
had with
you know?
Steve, the match he had with Steve Blackman at SummerSlam was sick too.
Woo!
2000. Yeah.
That's Shane
Yeah.
McMahon. That's Shane McMahon.
Yeah,
Shane
like-
fighting Kane and X-Pac.
Yeah.
Remember that, man? The street fight and all that?
Falling
Bruh,
falling
Shane
off the
McMahon.
Titantron, Shane McMahon.
Shane
Yeah, but
McMahon
I
is
really-
a beast.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like even though it's nice to see Shane in the ring, most of the time he gets in the ring, it just results in injuries. Like when he got the concussion at Survivor Series, I was legit scared for Shane. I was like,
Yeah.
please stop letting this man get in the ring before he killed
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, he does like fighting and stuff like that. I mean, he's definitely an athlete, but yeah, I mean, it's like Derek said, man. It's two different types of in shape, man. Just I think that he kind of was excited. It was WrestleMania. He got in the ring. He went for that big ass jump, and then he fell wrong, and it's just that simple. Just that simple. But yeah, Shane, thank you guys for bringing that up actually, because Shane, I did like the audible, but when I saw the cameraman did, I respect the cameraman too. Snoop did it, Miz did it too, and everybody they played their part. But you want to know something? I'll tell you another thing I'm pissed about. I think I said it already. There was no other, and Shane McMahon was a surprise. There was nothing else. There was no New Day. There was nothing. And I know people are injured. I get it. I get it. I don't want to keep having to clarify myself. I get it. But at the same time, if I was a party promoter or whatever, or the WrestleMania promoter, and I was in charge, we got Mania, Brian, what the fuck are we gonna do? I gotta get something, bro. You tell me the only thing I can get is Shane? Come on, bro. It's gotta be something, man. And I felt like we were just missing so many big things from this Mania, man. The matches were good. You knew the matches were coming though. The matches are always coming, but there was no musical performance. There was no. It was just
and I thought the Miz hosting WrestleMania, he was going to do some type of musical.
Yeah, he barely hosted.
He
came out twice. Hosted. Really. Yeah.
I mean, you got one music performance. You got one music. You got Lil Uzi Vert.
Hey, yo, you know what? I didn't even know that was that. I didn't even know that was him.
Performance. Somebody that right 15 seconds. I was mad.
That Batman fucking cowl haircut here.
They did my man wrong. Why would you
sit his ass down?
Uzi said we'll see him in Philly next year. I hope not.
Please,
because no.
I don't blame him because like I said, I'm for anybody wanting to live out their dream. But it's just the simple fact, it was just so random.
It was really random.
He came out there by himself.
I mean,
for 15 seconds.
It was
stage.
It was photos swirling around for the last 2 weeks before WrestleMania of a picture, of the nameplate, and his dressing room at WrestleMania. The question was,
and I was like, why is he here? What is he supposed to do?
Now I ain't gonna lie, if Jay and Jimmy would have super kicked him and did
he didn't do anything. Nobody got kicked. Nobody got suplexed. Nothing.
Yeah.
He was just there.
If they would just super kick him, just went on by the edge like do, I would have laughed my ass off.
All right, y'all. Let's jump into the big one here. We're going to hit this discussion. Then we're going to talk about some current stuff that's going on right now. We're going to have a discussion on that, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. But we have the big one, man. This is the final match: Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. Let me just tell y'all right now, if y'all was watching it with me, y'all would have fucking hated me because I was my daughter, my son, all my kids in here putting them ones up, and I wasn't putting them down, baby. And so my boy Roman deserved that win, yo. I don't care how y'all look at it. I don't care. Nobody will decide anything else. I know everybody wanted Cody to win, and I'm Cody fanatic forever since Stardust and Greed Dust and Gold Dust. Listen, Cody was not ready for that win to dethrone one of the most dominant figures in this generation. It just wasn't supposed to happen, in my opinion. And I'm glad WWE went the way they went. I wish things were a little bit different because I don't like the interferences with Solo right away. I think that they definitely told the story way too soon, but I think the right outcome happened. And even with the interference, I'm not going to lie to you, I think the right outcome happened. All right. I said my piece. Now go ahead, y'all. Do
okay. Me personally, I thought the match was awesome. The match was all I've been saying for months that Cody Rhodes was not beating Roman Reigns. I didn't think that just him coming back at the Royal Rumble and winning the Royal Rumble, and now he got a shot at Roman Reigns. I didn't think from that period of time he was really ready. Now Brian said it multiple times on my show, his show, that a great guy, a guy who would be great to dethrone Roman Reigns. Then after sitting back watching WrestleMania 39 at the main event, and it was a possibility that I was thinking maybe Cody Rhodes could do this, but Roman Reigns won. So I'm like, who could it be? And Brian got me thinking, and I seen some things, and I'm like, it gotta be kind of Seth Rollins though. If it's not Cody Rhodes, if if they don't have the rematch at SummerSlam in Detroit at Ford Field, I feel like it's it got to be it'll be Cody then, but I feel like it got to be Seth. But overall, yeah, I know people got feelings on the finisher, but I think Solo. I think this all tells a whole lot of story because Roman held Solo back that last Monday night, that last Raw, going into Monday Night Raw when he was gonna someone spike him. And he sort of, came in, made his decision there. So it's a whole bunch of stories that's playing out, but I like what they're doing with Cody, sort of bringing him down and bigging him back up because you can hear that the fans are strictly behind him. They're behind him. So
I think that's perfect.
Even though what happened on Monday Night Raw was random as hell, but I think bringing him down and bigging him back up is perfect. Like the crowd is going to be with him though.
All right, Ray. I got to hear from you, Ray. I know you don't got no voice now, and that's just one of the reasons why. How you feel, Ray?
I told you earlier, I went outside and I was about to put myself in the middle of the street because I was mad. I had a whole attitude after that match because it was weird because if you watched it, you would think, okay, Cody got it. Like certain parts of the match, you're like, I don't know how this is about to go. I don't like the fact that Roman cannot win clean. That's been my issue with Roman. It's not that I don't like Roman. I do. I like Roman as a competitor. He's had a great run. But if he can win a match by himself, that right there, that's like, okay, Roman got it. He did it on his own. He didn't need no help. And somebody was like, you don't just let family sit around. It's not about that. It's about the fact that Roman won't do it on his own because he knows the Usos are going to come down. Right. That's why I said Jay going to do something because there's no reason for them to keep doing this back and forth with Roman. Then this past Monday, Roman don't want him. Jay's going to do something. I don't care. This was going to happen. Yeah, I'm over Roman not doing something on his own. And that's why I don't accept the match. There's no. He didn't do it.
Go ahead, D.
I mean, again, he's a heel.
Yes.
And
he is.
He's a bad guy,
at the end of the day, because what do you do with the baby? Because, I mean, if he beats Cody straight up and that's your top baby, you're not doing your baby any favors.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be something underhanded to make that baby face work from underneath once again. Now he has more of a struggle to do. This is old school pro wrestling 101.
And he needed that struggle because he didn't have that. He might have had a struggle outside and when he was Stardust, but he didn't have a current struggle going up against somebody who has been dominant for 2 years. And you need that struggle is what I was trying to say. Just like Dre said. He said it perfectly. Like the people who have Roman Reigns has beaten, whether it be with the bloodline, these people know that the bloodline exists. So no matter what, you know that you're walking in the ring and Usos going to come out. That's why I like how they had Sammy and them come out.
And just like my guy said, Roman Reigns is the heel. So although that people don't like, that he can't win by himself, that's heelish stuff right there.
Yeah.
And especially when you're going up against a top babyface, red hot, like babyface like Cody Rhodes, you got to do those things to, underhand him, and he's going to come from behind. And then, you got to build him up. Roman Reigns that was his third straight WrestleMania main eventing as champion. In a long time, I think first ever done that. He's cracking 1,000 days, though. You really going to have Cody Rhodes, who just came back, no struggle, nothing really, sort of behind him besides the whole, have him lose to
He
Roman
had
Reigns.
one boobie. He had one boob.
Bro, listen.
Yeah. I expected something.
Roman Reigns beating Cody Rhodes, believe it or not, helped Cody Rhodes. Tell you right now.
But can I tell you, Cody gave it away because like that whole day I was following Cody. He posted a video of him with his wife and his daughter. His whole demeanor, even in his entrance, he gave it away. There was no like just looking at him because any other time Cody comes out in the entrance, he's hype, he's ready. He gave that away, and I think that's what made me like more upset because as a big fan, I'm like, okay, I see how this is about to go. His whole demeanor that entire day, even when he went to go see Snoop, his demeanor, you knew that match was gonna go a completely different way than what I wanted. I seen it.
And then see, I got the different aspect from Roman Reigns. When Roman Reigns came out, he started touching the title. He was,
Yeah,
doing little bit
and
things.
at
I was like,
SmackDown.
Roman. I felt Roman was losing because all the little stuff Roman was doing that he don't really do. So it was
Yeah.
kind of like, but Cody's entrance came off more so that he was nervous. So it didn't give me
Mm-hmm.
that he was going to lose. It came off that he was nervous. But Roman was doing extra, kind of thinking, okay, he's
Yeah,
coming out there
and
being.
Roman that Friday too. You looked at Roman and you're like, But when the entrance, you're right. With Cody's entrance, he seemed nervous. But watching the videos of him, like just backstage, period, his whole demeanor was completely different than what you normally see with Cody. That's what's like, okay,
We're gonna
Cody's
talk
not
about
looking.
it.
Because I
Yo,
think
listen,
I
we're
think he
gonna
knew
talk
he
about
was.
it. Let's Jay. You don't didn't speak on it yet. We're gonna talk about everything you got to talk about. We about to talk about it. We're gonna kind of just summarize Raw real fast, and then we're gonna talk about everything that's kind of going on. At least our opinions on it. Jay, how'd you feel about the main event, bro?
I thought the match was paced well. They told a nice story. They're two.
Yeah,
they're
I thought
two
it was a
good,
great match.
like they're two good dance partners. Now my problem, I fell out of WWE because after Roman's second win over a Royal Rumble winner, I was like, okay, there's no need for me to watch this. I came like, oh, Cody's back. He's getting a shot. Oh, this is a third Royal Rumble winner. He can't possibly be 3 Royal Rumble winners in a row because that's just gonna make the Royal Rumble winner mean nothing at this point, right? Saw the end of the match. I was like, well, I took my remote. I went to the membership. I said, NBC, you can suck my dick. I am unsubscribing. I am not going through this. I'm not going through this again. I will watch the highlights. I will not watch a Raw live.
Listen,
I will not watch a Raw live. I did it. I'm sorry for everybody saying that there's no struggle. That's not on Cody. That's on the goddamn booking. You could have had Cody have struggled from the Rumble to here, but instead they were just focusing.
But what happened was the injury was the held back. I think that part where he
that's true too.
had that last match against Seth Rollins, and if he didn't get injury from what I believe it was June or whatever, all the way up until the Royal Rumble, I felt like it would have been a whole lot of more story and depth told there, and maybe would have had a different outcome at Sunday. But the fact that he just
my thing was I would have had him lose to Solo and then build from that.
I would have had Sami Zayn. I would have had Sami Zayn fight Roman at Mania. That's what I would have did. I'd have held Cody out and put him on another thing because he wasn't ready because he was injured. But they wanted to rush the shit. They wanted to give him number 30 at the World Rumble.
Storyline.
They should have had Sammy fucking fight Roman, especially if Roman was going to retain.
That would have made more sense, and that's why I kept saying I wanted Jay. That would have made sense. Jay or Sammy would have made more sense.
Jay can't win the title though. Jay can't win.
It's not that I would want Jay to win the title, but I would want to see it because of just how it is with Roman and the Usos. Period. It's just I think it's. I tell somebody that I was like, it started with Jay. Let it end with Jay. Or let it end with Seth. Make it personal.
It is because Roman Reigns don't want nothing to do. It is because
they got to make it personal.
Yeah,
Derek, how you feel? Let me get Derek real quick. Derek, how you feel on? I mean, Derek, listen. Me and Derek had a show way back. I think it was the 2020 Royal Rumble, and Derek came on, and we were talking about Roman Reigns, his title defense. There, we did a recap. And Derek said, he said it. I hope Roman keeps this title and does some legendary run. And he said that shit right away. And every time I see this run, I get reminded of Derek saying that to me. Now, Derek, who do you think at this point? Because Dre made it clear. I definitely think Seth Rollins is the best person to dethrone him at this point. For the reasons I'll tell y'all if y'all want again. But Derek, who do you feel is the best person to dethrone the tribal chief?
Well, let's not forget. Seth wrestled Roman at the Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah, but it was a bullshit technicality that he had his hand on the rope. And did he still call it a count out?
Yeah.
But he wasn't beat though.
No,
his hand was on the rope.
That was a DQ. That match ended in a DQ.
Was it DQ?
It was
DQ.
Seth Rollins had won because Roman Reigns
never
hit him
beat
with
Seth,
the chair.
yo. He never beat Seth.
No, that was a DQ. That match pissed me off.
He's never beat Seth, even with their history with the Shield. That's why I'm saying, to me, Seth is the biggest. They did have the payoff. Seth was on that goofy laughing, blah blah blah, this and that stuff or whatever. But they never had. I can see. Listen, I can see Seth coming out. I don't know about now because of how shit is now, but I can see Seth coming out on SmackDown, like, hey, blah blah blah. Did you see me with Logan? You had a rough time with Logan. Remember that? He almost got those. You see, like. It's right.
And I think Seth is a good idea because Seth knows how to get under his skin. Seth can psychologically mess with Roman. I mean, even coming out with the Shield, Seth gets under Roman's skin naturally.
While the bloodline's fucked up, while the bloodline's having problems, having Seth interjected, Seth makes he's somebody who's been there. He's been through the struggle. He can build a believable storyline and end this reign. And he
knows Roman,
bruh,
so he's the best. He's my best bet.
Look,
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm gonna just say this: I would only accept Seth just as a buffer champion, because one reason why I stopped watching WWE, I am so sick and tired of seeing the same people on top. That's why I was behind Cody. Like, wow, Cody has never gotten a shot.
Yeah, Cody's gonna be champion, bro. You know, he's gonna be champion. He's gonna be champion.
Look, Brian, Dre, Derek. Message me when that happens, because I refuse. Especially after we're about to talk about after what we're gonna talk about. I refuse to waste 2.5 hours of my day for them to drag this out for another. At this point, like I was joking, but at this point, I'm being dead serious. The only person that can beat Roman at this point is Jesus H. Christ's fucking self. Because
at this point, they need to put Roman and Bianca together. They need to make them fight because who they both got at this point? Nobody.
Exactly.
Good match.
They don't. They have like my problem with a lot of these promotions is they push the same people over and over, and they have good talent there who could possibly run a story, but they do nothing with them. So I got to see the same people over and over again. I'm legit getting John Cena and Randy Orton late 2000 vibes. I'm tired of seeing the same people.
Derek, I know Derek want to say something too. What do you want to say, D? You muted, bro.
Hey, Derek, you muted.
D, you muted.
Sorry about that, guy. Because I got to go in a second. But what I was going to say was that clearly, they obviously this is a historical run that Roman's on, and I think obviously reaching 1,000 days is going to be huge. We haven't seen a 1,000-day run since Hogan, and that was 35 years ago when he lost the title to Andre the Giant on the main event. So we hadn't seen, because Hogan had the belt for 4 years. We hadn't seen a title run this long in 35 years.
In this time period. Remember, that's true.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like it didn't shock me that Cody lost, because I'm like, yo, Roman is about to reach 1,000 days.
Yeah.
They're going to market. You got to understand something. The WWE is about the 3 M's: money, marketing, and mouthpiece. So can you imagine the merchandise that's going to be sold with 1,000 days to promote that? T-shirts.
It's definitely true, man. But I think the reason why, and this is one of the things we're gonna kind of, I guess we can kind of segue a little bit with what you just said. Everybody had their piece. One of the things is, even though it is business, this is what we were talking about before too. The fact that
guys.
Okay, all right, D, take it easy, brother. Thank you for stopping by, man.
You got it.
See you there.
Yeah, but one of the biggest things is, bro, like the fact that when Triple H,
you know, and all the stuff happened with Vince McMahon, and Triple H kind of stepped in and said, "Hey, it's a new fucking genre. It's a new age, a new time." It was so exciting for so many long-term fans and even people who were kind of just like, you know, just coming in, like, "Oh, well, what's going on?" You know what I'm saying? I want to see what this WWE thing is about. It was brand new, yo. It felt brand new. It was new things happening. It was new adjustments. Matches looked different. The stages looked different. People were coming back. People were, getting pushed that you didn't see before. Like, you know, endings of the matches were different. It was so much. Even the build to the bloodline story was starting to kind of develop in a different way. And then all of a sudden, something happened and things just started changing and things started looking a lot familiar to how they used to look before. That was when I said, Vince McMahon, whatever, when he first started coming back, when he first saw his fucking face. First, we were all like, "Thank you, Vince. Damn, we miss you. Damn, we ain't see you. You gave us this great thing. We're glad you're going because, you know, we want some new shit going on. But thank you." But now all of a sudden he pops back in after SummerSlam. I think it was like right after SummerSlam, but had an amazing SummerSlam. And then all of a sudden things start to look a little bit familiar.
Yeah,
and things,
you
know what I mean?
I just read something that somebody from backstage said everybody was told originally Cody was winning. But Vince, before he left, made it known like Roman's not losing these titles. But remember, Vince wasn't working. So when Vince came back, Vince is like, "No, this is not what's happening. We're setting this back in stone how I wanted it." They said that people backstage didn't even know that the interference was coming. There was so many things that they didn't know that got changed, just like Raw mid-match.
Raw getting completely flipped. I personally,
that was so confusing.
Well, that's what they used to do. That was Raw. You know.
It was just random. It was like Seth Rollins came out, said nothing left. I was like, where did Seth go?
Pretty Deadly was supposed to come out. Pretty Deadly. The plan was Pretty Deadly was supposed to debut.
Yeah.
But during commercial break, Seth was told.
Yeah.
I guess Seth was told it wasn't happening. So that's why it was a weird segment of people just humming Seth's song and then Seth walking out. When I saw
another thing that I was talking about that too earlier too, and one of my guys was saying that even though that like how you said, I didn't know Pretty Dead. I did see a video where one of the staff was telling Seth Rollins something.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
When he walked back up the ramp on live television, he didn't look,
he was pissed.
He didn't look.
In the back, they said he was pissed too.
Yeah, but one thing my guy said, it was like, although that happened, he didn't need to say something because what he accomplished and what he did at WrestleMania, and the fans were singing the song.
That is the stupidest fucking theory like ever, man.
Well,
that is so dumb to say. Like,
it reminded me of back in like 2012 where Jericho came out there and he didn't say anything, and he left.
Yeah, but he did that. He did that directly though. This was some shit where you can tell where this was on some what the fuck am I supposed to do shit. Like he had nothing else he could do. Jericho came out and made a statement when he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like that looked like he did that.
It was but even with Steph, they did that with Bianca and Rhea. They just cut them mid promo.
I don't even know why they hit a promo together. I'll be honest with you, because it's not like
but even I didn't understand the promo, but the fact that they cut it mid promo was weird.
Because I see, it wasn't nothing normal hearing that Vince McMahon rewrote the whole script. He did that every single week when he was there. But it just seemed
you
like
couldn't tell. It was very choppy. It was weird.
Yeah, but you could tell this.
Everything changed. Everything fucking changed. Yo, everything changed. I think people were saying even with night 2 of WrestleMania, I think night 1 as well. I think it's been going on, but I think now that business deal is finalized, which we're like just to kind of establish it real quick while we're talking about it, that business deal literally sold WWE. Yeah, Endeavor has WWE, but people are missing the fact that it's not like the people from Endeavor are going to be on WWE. The reason why Vince did that shit is because he got guaranteed he's still the fucking CEO of WWE or the chairman, whatever you call it. He put himself directly back in position from being the person that can be fired by the people
in the position. So he sold the company, got guaranteed. He still is able to be at the head of the table. And then he sat there and said, no, don't worry about it. No, everything's going to be the same. And then put his ass right back in that gorilla position the night after everything happened. And he's been doing this shit. Triple H has been knowing he's been doing this shit. It's the reason why I think personally, I don't know, I'm not fucking there, but I think personally, the reason why Stephanie left, because she knew he was doing this. The reason why fucking Triple H is just, he's been enjoying that little 2 months that he was able to just kind of really create it, bring people back, do what he wanted to do, structure it the way he wanted it. But what was Vince doing? I think personally, sitting the fuck there, and hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do that.
Because Bray Wyatt ain't just disappeared for no reason. Bray Wyatt ain't just
I'm telling you, man. It makes sense when you look at it.
And Alexa. Bray and Alexa didn't just disappear for Alexa had the skin stuff, but they didn't just disappear for no reason.
Charlotte's bouncing too. Bouncing too.
And like I said, after that Seth promo, I grabbed my remote. I looked at that red button with the power. I said, I'm turning this shit off because I don't need to see the rest of this shit. Look, I'm going to tell you this. People who saying that after what Vince did, he's going to be gone. Listen, we all know the main reason. The main reason why he got away with what he did. 2, if Dana White can slap his wife in front of cameras and still hold his position, Vince, he gonna hold the position. And like I said, ever since I heard that news about Vince, I was on the fuck you Vince train ever since then.
We're not gonna lose Vince until the day he actually does.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere, man. He's never gonna go anywhere, bro. He's an egomaniac. He's definitely a person of power. He built it. I mean, if it was me, I'd be like, bitch, I'm going down the ship.
I don't expect nothing less.
Yeah,
but
it sucks for us. It sucks for us.
I normally don't get my personal feelings involved, but after what I heard, what he did with that sexual misconduct, I was on the fuck you Vince train because I kind of knew.
You need to be on the fuck you Vince and fuck you almost, bro. That's just what they do, bro. And I'm not trying to make it up for it, but I'm just saying, like, you're looking at everybody in Hollywood, everybody. They're all creeps, bro.
That's the thing. See, but that's the thing. It all Hollywood like that. But when it's finally coming out, people speaking up, and it's people that you grew up loving and knowing. Yeah. Like me as a kid, I didn't really I was naive to it. But now that I'm older, that was kind of fun. Like I go back and right now say the Attitude Era. Yeah, it was as
rough.
Trashy as reality TV. It was not
very true.
TV, but like I can't really go back and look at Attitude Era. It's like Attitude Era was great. Like no, Attitude Era was besides The Rock and Stone Cold and a few other people, the Attitude Era was kind of shit. Like with Vince, I just can't no more. And like,
see one thing I wanted to say. I don't want to cut you off. I always give some things the benefit of the doubt, or just let it play out. A lot of people have, stopped watching wrestling for numerous of reasons, either where Stone Cold and The Rock left, or the business got bad, or just life itself. So I've been here since 1999. I'm gonna see it play out, whether Vince McMahon leaves by life, causes, or he just leaves on his own or whatnot. But I don't know. I agree with you guys. The Raw after WrestleMania, it wasn't the Raw after WrestleMania.
Hell no.
We didn't get no returns.
We got Riddle.
One thing I was surprised
that
about
was really bad.
That Monday night, I didn't know that the first hour was commercial free or whatever, but I thought it was really interesting that they were on for like 34 minutes straight. And knowing how WWE do, they're taking a commercial break every 20, 15 minutes or so. So until that part, I think the first opening, I was like, okay, Triple H, okay. But then everything after it was just like, ugh.
For me, even that Omar squash man, I don't know why they job him in Elias. I don't know why they have to job somebody to make a point. It's lazy fucking booking.
They're doing that with Mustafa Ali. They're doing that with Mustafa Ali, and it's pissing me off.
That's Vince, bro. Vince don't like the small guy, man. Vince don't like the small guy. And you can see it.
It was weird because it didn't it was a random shift in persona out of nowhere.
It really is. Yeah.
I was and then look, you know me. I'm not a Bobby Lashley person. They bitching Bobby.
Yeah.
It's getting boring.
They don't know what
Why
to do
did
with
y'all
Bobby,
have this
bro.
man come out at Mania carrying the Andre the Giant trophy and not do nothing with him?
They said him and LA Knight was supposed to have a segment at Mania, but they cut it. They cut it.
And it's like, come
You can't tell
on.
me that this thing, like I said, I'm saying this whole show so far, you can't tell me that this thing is now officially 2 nights, and you're talking about you still have to cut shit. It's 2 nights. What do
We
you have
had
to cut?
so much time. Nobody was gonna get mad if they ran over.
Nah.
Nobody.
Even if they probably could have did everything and still not ran over. And
then
like
the
we're
thing
saying, we're
about it-
sitting here not like
See,
we don't know
they-
but I'm saying like we watch it, we understand what we're looking at. You know what I'm saying?
I think they had a lot of time because for one, they were on the West Coast. So by the time the show
Bruh,
went
good
off
point.
the air,
Good point.
it was
was
7. It was 7 o'clock there. So they had a
Yeah.
lot of time. They started at 4 and it ended at started at 4, ended at 8. And usually WrestleManias, well, I know for the last couple of years they haven't, but usually WrestleMania usually had that special start time at 7. And that
Yeah.
would have gave them that additional hour to do something more. But
Yeah.
I'm hearing all the way up until WrestleMania, Triple H or Vince McMahon wanted to cut it down and have less matches and shorter segments or so.
Yeah, it was. And then even Raw after Mania, you could visibly see like Becky was pissed, Bianca was pissed.
Yeah,
Vince
everybody's
is back.
frustrated again, man. Everybody's
And
frustrated again.
like I said earlier, it's not good for the women's division. We're kind of
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
one thing I can
And-
say. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. I don't want to cut you up.
Also, there's also been said that two stars, one at the top of the card and surprise somewhere, I don't know where they are on the card. They already if Vince is back, they want their release. One said they'll write it out, and one said they want to be released. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming
I'm gonna say one might be Drew McIntyre too.
Yeah, I heard Drew's name. I heard his contract is up. I don't think Drew's gonna leave. I don't fucking.
It might be Bailey because Bailey made.
I think Bailey.
I heard Bailey. I heard Bailey walked out.
No, Oscar.
No,
Oscar said
Oscar.
something, but I heard
Oscar said something about Japan.
Bailey was supposed to have a segment. She was supposed to come out with what's it called? But they changed it with damage control last night. I don't understand why they changed it, but.
And that's why if you look at the Becky promo, Becky visibly looked pissed. They pulled Bailey for no reason.
I don't know what's going on, man. But, like we were just saying, we could definitely all agree that, Mania was all right. I think Mania could have been a lot better. I definitely think it is a lot of backstage politics. We are finding out it's right around this Endeavor sale. It's changing. There's no way Triple H can come out 40 times and say, "Oh, you're still here." Yeah, we know. Like, yeah, the name's there, but things are different, man. The game was changed, and then all of a sudden
good.
Came back.
It was really getting good. It was
getting
good.
Good. That's why we're on here. That's why we're on here talking, man, because it's literally like. That's what I was trying to say before. Like, we understand, like, oh, it's the business and this and that or whatever. But the thing is, like, the product, the sale of what you're selling is was getting good. We all was interested. We're like, oh, man,
it was bringing a lot of people back, and that's what I think that's what they're not really understand. It was bringing a lot of people back with how good it was getting. And now that Raw after Mania, that was not a Raw after Mania.
That was very bad.
That was really bad.
I'm really not even interested too much in even like, I don't have high hopes. Like even with Dre, like when we were talking about the Seth Rollins thing, I don't have high hopes for a lot of storyline and stuff like that anymore. I had a lot of high hopes when I thought Triple H was like, all right, he's going to make sure that stuff is happening. He's taking a lot of like, time to really make sure stuff is going back. He's bringing back people. He's setting stuff up.
He was pushing the women very hard too, like very heavy.
And now it's just back to the same old, distraction finish. Smash this guy, just whatever, just do some random shit. Change the show 20 minutes before, have one guy walk out to walk back. And it's just.
And they still ain't split the titles. And I'm over that.
Yeah. And also, like I said, Triple H, he brought me back. He brought me back because the moment I was done with WWE.
All right, buy Instagram. We're about to be out.
Triple H knew what the people wanted.
Yeah, Yeah, shit, he knew what I wanted because I would love what he was doing. But because the moment I was done with WWE, with that NXT 2.0 bullshit that Vince did happen, I said, no, let me just go ahead. I'll watch UFC instead. I got sports to watch. I can't do this. But then my friend Robbie, shout out to Robbie, he brought me back like, oh, Triple H is actually in charge now. He's doing good. And like, oh, let me see. Like, oh, Triple H doing a good job. And then when I heard that WWE was for sale, and I heard that Vince shrewd ass, like, hey, I'll sell if you make me executive chairman again.
He definitely knew what he was doing, bro. That's pretty much exactly, I think, what happened. Vince made it. Now he's back. I think that the whole, even the look, the little mustache, the black hair, he looked like a villain. He looked like a villain. Yo, he knows what he's doing, bro. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's been doing this shit forever.
He looked like a great value. He looked like a great value J. Jonah Jameson.
I think all that shit is
Spider-Man instead of
all of that is
intentional. Oh my gosh, I couldn't figure it out.
He looked like he need to be taking pictures of Spider-Man instead of running.
I couldn't figure it out. That was funny.
Yeah, but guys, thank you. Glad we had you guys on to talk. We're gonna try to do the WrestleTalk every Wednesday, or at least 2 Wednesdays out of the month. You guys are more than welcome to always come back on if you want to come back on at any time. They won't be as long as this one. This was kind of we're kind of running some stuff down. But hey, Beeline, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely, I'm still a fan. I'm always gonna be a fan. I'm gonna watch. I'm still gonna watch. So whether to bitch about it or applaud it, I mean, I'm still gonna watch.
I'll be at SmackDown in 2 weeks. They know we don't change.
There you go. Hopefully, I mean, you never know. Yo, you never know. Something might pop up, and maybe it's like, oh well, we just gotta wait.
I just better see Cody. Hey, to be honest, I don't care about nobody else. I just want to see Cody.
I'll just watch the highlights on YouTube. I'll just watch the 15-minute highlights on YouTube.
Hey, that's how I stayed informed about what was going on for a couple years because I was like, I'm gonna
watch ups and downs. Watch ups and downs. Simon Miller and them. The what culture? If y'all ain't on that shit, listen, bro. Yeah. I live watching ups and downs since like the last 5 years now. It's great. He goes it all down. But what culture? Ups and downs. I'm telling you right now. But all right, guys. You said who? What happened?
He too positive sometimes because I watched his on Raw and he said it was a good show. I said,
"What up, bro?" Yeah. But we wrapping it up. All right, y'all. Yo. Take it easy. We're gonna be back next week. Beeline, love you guys. Until next time, make sure you watching that WWE and AEW and whatever else you like about wrestling. Yo, I love wrestling. I always will. But yeah, it was really crazy. Right
AEW
now.
just got Jay White, by the way. So
I'm about to finish watching that right now.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Talk to you guys.